Like, damn, already? Yep, show up, shit, yep, back in this bitch. Just got a friend coming. I had a friend coming on this one, but for now, shit, and he got a gang of fucking different topics. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, in his life and how everything's going right now.
Oh, there's a big surprise. That's an incredible. I think I'm going to have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
A lot of shit going on in this fucking world right now. But we shall see momentarily. I don't know. Yeah, they should be able to do that. We've done this before. I guess I could talk about the Kendrick Lamar. I mean, Kodak Black real quick. And this whole Frankie Lymon thing. So recently, Kodak Black had a fucking video he put out where he was just looking weird. Like, he was smoking the damn blunt, but he was like kind of sparking like it was a crack pipe. I don't know what the hell was going on. And, you know, it's not like he don't have talent and the lane that he's in. You know, the music that he makes, people like it. But I just think this energy and the things people talk about is just, it's taking a toll. And that's really the sad part about it all. It's like, it's just not working. It's just not working. Can you hear yourself?
What?
All right, yeah, all right. You ain't on me.
Okay.
Right. Hold on. And no, this is not the real B Rabbit. All right? That's stupid as fuck. Don't be hate. Fucking no, I actually thought that movie was funny as hell. So what's good with you, Jay?
I'm good.
Everything
How have you
straight
been?
with you?
I'm good.
I don't know. We ain't heard from you in a long while, but you know, it's not because you couldn't come around. But you know, he's a school guy. He's in there trying to you know, get that education. I ain't never even asked the man what his curriculum was, but I know by what he's into, it ain't no dumb shit. I give him that. But yeah, man. Shoot, do you still got your list?
Hold on. It's in the private chat.
It's in the, okay. All right, hold on. All right. You want to go in order?
You can choose whatever you find interesting.
I mean, shit, where do I want to? You know what? Fuck it. All right. I'll start off with, if hip hop was just entertainment, why does the term studio gangster exist? That's what we're gonna start with.
I knew you'd say that.
How the fuck did you know that shit? I could have started off with Battlestar Galactica in this motherfucker. Real shit though. But nah, I don't know. That one just that and the other one, the first one, that kind of stood out to me. But I'll present it as a question. People out there, if hip hop is just entertainment, then what would be the purpose of a studio gangster? You know, I mean, my number one answer for that is insurance. You know what I'm saying? Why would I put a real careless person, you know, in a situation there's millions of dollars on the line? You know, they're not very liable. They could get locked up again.
Killed.
You know, they could do a new crime that would get them even more trouble. You know, they might try to fucking hold up the CEO of the record company, some stuff like that. Now, that would be my, you know, point. What's your 2 cents on it?
My point is, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, trust me, I'm not saying I can't expound on it, but I just want to give you a chance to say a couple things before I do.
I don't know. It's hard to answer. In the sense of this, if a white rapper is rapping about crime but he's not into crime, should that be allowed, even though a black rapper does the same thing? Like, do you remember Slim Jesus?
Yeah, I remember him for a quick second. He was out for a quick second.
But
I believe he was coming from Chicago, right?
Yeah. Why did he get clowned? Because it wasn't legit.
I mean, we could talk about this in so many different ways. It's like
it's not even the race aspect.
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm just using him as an example.
Okay. If the whole point is to indoctrinate somebody, you know what I'm saying? Do I really need like when people were talking about Arnold being the governor, and they're like, and he killed people in movies and stuff like that. It's like, but he's an actor. He's acting. Okay. Blah, but you got to really live your lyrics. Okay. But why would a businessman invest millions of dollars? We're going to get into a different conversation. But why would a businessman invest millions of dollars for someone who is not going to finish the deal? They're going to get in trouble. They're going to mess things up. There was a rapper named Cool C back in the 80s. He ended up getting locked up for a robbery, like I think for life or something like that.
Look,
oh, you heard that?
Never heard of him.
Oh, okay. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say, look at all the young rappers dying today compared to in the 90s or 80s.
Well, yeah, we didn't really have any deaths of rappers back then.
J Master J.
I mean, we had Buffy the Beatbox. He passed, but he died because of weight issues.
You always had the twos and fews back then, though. Like, it wasn't common.
Okay, but those were studio gangsters too. Like, okay, better yet, let me scratch that. What I'm saying is, if there were so few back then, are you trying to say there was more real people in the game back then than today?
I'm saying they were probably more fake back then compared to now.
Okay.
Or if not fake, they probably hit it better.
I mean, studio gangsters, you could go all the way back to Dr. Dre. You could say that's a studio gangster. You know, that's
this might be a controversial question, but would Biggie be a studio gangster?
I don't believe that they allow criminals to blow up unless they're compromised.
Nice.
As far as Biggie Smalls, I will say he was a Catholic student kid. So, you know, it depends on what we're talking about. Like, if you're just saying that the record company is just freelancing and they're just grimy people doing what they're doing, okay, then whatever. But if this is more of an inner sanctum thing and it's involved around, you know, certain religions and certain type of, you know, what they call it, gematria or spell casting or all different types of stuff, then it makes more sense for these people to be fake opposed to real. You know, if that makes sense.
Because
was I'm gonna answer your question. Was Biggie a studio gangster? I think all the most famous artists are to a degree not as tough as they portray. I think the only one who made it really is 50 Cent. That's the only one I'll say made it. And 50 made it in a very interesting way, though. It's like the guy who put him on, he gets murdered. They almost murdered 50 Cent. So it's not like, if they're talking about sacrifices and rituals, it's not like he didn't get 9 of them. So
actually, the person they put 50 on was it Jam Master Jay?
I know they killed him.
That's
what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So
I thought he died naturally.
Who? Jam Master Jay? Nah, Jam Master Jay was murdered by a old school friend from Queens. Okay,
my bad.
Jam Master Jay's from Hollis, Queens. 50's from Jamaica, Queens. They really didn't want 50 Cent to blow up at all because their boy Ja Rule was their boy. He's making all these love songs. He's popping ecstasy like crazy. He's promoting the thug image. They literally had a group called the Murderers. The name of the company is Murder Inc. So it's not like they didn't want it to blow up because it's perpetuating the negative. They didn't really want 50 Cent to come out. Not really.
50 was different though as well. Like he could cater to men and women.
I think they didn't want 50 in because 50 was not going to, and he never did. Like, if it wasn't for Eminem, 50 would have never went nowhere because nobody was going to take him. The only person who tried with him was Master P. That's it. But Irv and them had the game sold up. Jay wasn't going to sign him. Rough Riders wasn't going to sign him. None of them people was going to sign him. So Eminem kind of saved 50's career. Like, I'll be honest about that. And it makes sense. He needed some street credibility. Why wouldn't I get one of these grimy street dudes? Like, people knew who 50 Cent was. He just, you know, it's not like he wasn't on Onyx and, you know, he had been around.
To be fair as well, Eminem was around D12 even before 50 Cent. So he still had that. He still had that kind of gangster flavor.
I mean, how gangster you look at D12?
Not so much.
Right, they're more like horror rap, fucking you know, Beavis and Butthead, dick and fart jokes. Like, I mean, it ain't you know, that's whatever. It is what it is. But it's like, I don't think they were really looked at as a. And I'm not saying they don't have street credibility. Conniver wasn't he's not a punk. Proof wasn't no bitch ass person. So it's like, nah, they still from Detroit. You know, I'm just saying, like, nobody looked at them like, oh my God, these guys are so gangster. Like, nah, we thought you were kind of weirdos just like Eminem. But it's like, It is what it is. But okay, I say all that to say this. Why would the studio gangster exist if it's just entertainment anyway? Because hip hop is not entertainment. Hip hop is truthfully spellcasting. It's mind control, but it has been changed into a form of entertainment, which doesn't make any sense because it's like spellcasting people is not a form of entertainment. But whatever. What were you saying?
I've also heard that hip hop was originally only party music, so all that lyrical stuff isn't important.
But that's what ruined black people. That's what ruined them. And I'm be honest with you. Before rap starts, before hip hop, you don't stop to the bebop, the bop. It was soul music, funk,
That's true.
and funk. You know what I'm saying? But it was mainly just love making. Like that's mainly what black people were talking about. You know what I'm saying? I love you, girl. You know, all that Motown stuff, and will you be there? And I'll be there, and don't leave me. And where you going, girl? And just look over your shoulder, honey. Like, there was a lot of catering to the women. That was mainly the music. You know, that's mainly what they were talking about. And you had some blues and some country. I'm not saying that, but it was more about peace opposed to violence. Let's say that. Hip hop starts out as the party. Okay, but what makes you party? See,
women.
I had to grow up and be a grown man because we used to try to make fun of songs like Rapper's Delight, hip hop, a hippie. Oh, nobody raps like that no more. That's bogus. Like, that's old corny ass fucking prehistoric shit.
Yeah, but
people keep forgetting. What were you saying?
But you have to look at it at that time because you don't live in that time currently, if that makes sense.
No. Like I was about to say, it took me a while as a grown man to listen to the song. If you listen to Big Bank Hank's verse, he's talking about bussing a woman down with his super sperm. Lois Lane, call me Superman. I bust her down with my super sperm. This is one of the first joints. This is one of the first party tracks that we're listening to, and we're saying this is real good hip hop. This is stuff your grandma can listen to. Are you sure about that?
How did people miss that?
That's what I'm laughing at. I'm like, what do you guys mean it was party music? Okay, party music. What is partying? What are you talking about? Partying is going against the norm. Normally, this is what they mean. They're trying to unwind. They want to relax. They want to have a good time. Okay. Usually when people are talking about a good time, they're being not anarchy, but they're going against what is. They're going against the norm. That's why, you know, turn the music down. It's too loud. Or, oh, you guys stop stomping so loud. It's like there's so much energy around this because it's not supposed to be the norm. I played a video with LL Cool J on it. And he said, I don't want my people come. Oh, you saw that. I don't want people coming to the show and feeling like, you know, reality. I want them to get away from reality. Okay, I just said that. I just said you're going against the norm. So you got a bunch of 17, 16-year-olds in the room smoking joints, drinking a little wine, you know, it's 70s stuff. And you're talking about busting people down with the super sperm and, you know, Mary, why you bugging? You know, people keep forgetting about that song. Mary's a crackhead. Mary, why you? But he's talking about a crackhead. She's crackhead. She's smoking drugs. That's what she is. It was when we became, you know, don't do it. Crack is whack. You can get with this. You can get with that. Self-destruction. It's when the lyrics came in and things became more informative that's the only thing we can credit hip hop for. What can we credit hip hop for? You're going to credit for bitches ain't shit? Shoot that motherfucker, sell that dope, fuck the police? Is this what you're going to credit hip hop to? Like, I know you're not you're not an American Negro, but you're also a melanated being, though. You're not a white person. But it's like
No.
at the end of the day, what he has an accent. He's from Australia, y'all. So his accent gonna sound like that. It is what it is. I got another homeboy who's Pakistani. He all the way in Europe. He talk like that. He'd be like,
Yeah, but my family's not from Australia, if that makes sense.
where are they from originally?
Lebanon.
But your accent is Australian because you're born and raised out there.
Same as you.
Fact.
In the
Okay.
sense you have an American accent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I get what you mean. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think we're all supposed to be the same, but we're not. Europe, America, and Australia.
Yeah.
It's weird, but whatever.
And
Not the point.
but another weird thing is slightly off topic. How they say they brought the slaves from Africa, even though Africa and America sound similar.
I mean, we're not going to sit here and act like a slave trade didn't happen. Several of them happened. So I'm not going to play that role. What I am going to say is I don't feel it makes any logical sense for me to see a whole continent, the Americas, and the first people that come over here document these people as colored. Whether you want to say copper, whether you want to say Negro, does not matter. They were colored people. They weren't white. They can't be. They're arguing with somebody calling them pale face. They can't be. But that doesn't mean like my whole argument is this. We're not from Africa, but we don't have any beef with Africans. The only beef is coming in with this slave story where people are like, oh, they sold some people. What the fuck they got to do with anybody else? Oh, $5 Indians. Who got casinos? Who getting paid? There's only two $5 Indians. The sellout Mongoloid and some white people. Those are the only $5 Indians. Everybody else got cut out the deal. So, you know, I can't roll with that.
The point I was making is it's interesting that America and Africa sound so similar, the names.
I mean, you might as well add Asia and Australia. I mean, Australia and Antarctica in there too. You know, all these places have double A's. You know, but Africa and America do have the most similarity vibrational sound. That is true. But it depends on, you know, what, like, I'm not a Pangea person. I'm not going to say that, you know, people was walking around when the world was connected. I'm not going to say that. And I'm not going to say that West Africans remind me of American Indians. I'm not going to say that. What I can say is there's too much similarity to negate that these people have done business and met each other in ancient times. You'd be a fool to think not. You know, I'm not talking about the whole Grand Canyon and stuff like that, but I am going to say a lot of the ritual senses, a lot of networking with certain items like arrows and certain ways to bury people. It's like pyramids as well. I don't really like to talk about that because now we're in a dilemma where it's like, okay, everybody's crediting pyramids as Egypt, ancient Egypt, but Egypt doesn't even credit the oldest pyramid in Africa. It's the Step Pyramid. That's Saqqara. That's Sudan. Okay, then you have pyramids in America older than the ones in Egypt. And it's a fact that they're older because you have Carvel. And if you don't want to go to Carvel, then you have to deal with Lagonda. And it's like, that's bigger than Egypt. Like, these are bigger pyramids. So it's like, I don't know where we're going to go with this. We can either deal with, you know, the program history, or we can just go a little bit deeper and say, okay, well, if the white man is so great and all-knowing, then why is he not crediting these other white men who are talking other information? Why are they crazy? Why are they wrong? Why? And they're giving us all this pyramid information, all this that they don't teach, what the Spaniards left in our school system. They don't. Do they teach it in yours?
No.
Though, but these are white men who document it. They're, conversating with the conquistadors with no other people doing it. So if they're saying that, hey, these American Indians in North America, they had longhouses, they're crediting them for they're already here. If they're saying that, we have to reclassify these Nipmuc Indians, we have to reclassify them, but they're doing it themselves. They're walking up to tribes and saying, okay, well, you're too dark, so we're going to call you a Negro. But I already told you, all these people are of color. They're all copper colored.
Yeah, but also that word Negro is a Spanish word, isn't it?
So it's very interesting that we're saying Negroes for sale, and I just spoke two different languages, and I'm from England. This doesn't make any sense. Why am I from England using their word? Why do I need their word? It doesn't make any sense. Clearly, they told me that word. They taught me that word. It's their language. It's not mine. I'm English. I'm from England. I'm jolly old chap. I'm from England. Negroes for sale. Wait a minute.
You just say slaves for sale.
You just said for sale. You just spoke your language. Why you throw that Spanish on top of it? Why? And why is that the first word out your mouth? Because they were already over here. We know for a fact they was already over here, even if you don't want to claim the ones off the boat. What about the ones that the conquistadors brought? The Negro del Guineas. So technically, just be honest, there was Negroes already over here because the Spaniard brought some in the 1500s. He had already brought some. But this is just a descriptive language. This doesn't mean a nation, a tribe. It doesn't mean anything. Literally, like a bean can be Negro. A hat. We're speaking Spanish. We're speaking Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Pinto bean, Negro bean, or however they say bean in Spanish.
Black eyed peas.
Right. Glasses, black glasses. Okay, Negro, however they say glasses. It's their language. So, that story will be a never-ending fight. But here's something else, though. Since we're speaking of that, we got to go into the whole Eminem, what if whites made gangster rap instead of black? I'm going to say this, and people can get offended. I don't care. White people did make gangster rap. Black people didn't make gangster rap because no black person had enough power to put that shit on the radio.
That's true.
It wasn't Eazy-E who put Boys in the Hood on the radio. That's Jerry Heller. That's who put that on the radio. 50 Cent didn't have enough power to put In the Club on the radio. That's Jimmy Iovine who did that.
Yeah.
Even all the way down to Eminem, because I'm going to save white people with this. All that popping pills and fuck your mom and money. Yeah. Y'all didn't put that shit out there. Jimmy Iovine did that. Dr. Dre did that. They did that. So when you think about this drug epidemic and all that different stuff, you always got to say something to yourself. White and black people listening to this stuff, y'all both caught in the spell. All of a sudden, all these depressed rappers came out. XXX, damn Juice WRLD and shit. Oh. All these sad, mental, depressed people. I remember bumping Brother Lynch back in the day, and he was talking about taking, what's that shit that they used to give to people that was depressed?
Ritalin?
Nah, it's an old ass thing. What'd you say?
Zoloft?
Nah, older than that. I forgot what they used to give people that were depressed, but there was a certain type pill that people used to take. And he said it in his rhyme, and I was like,
What the
wow,
hell?
you're taking those? Like, the fuck? Like, whatever. But I'm saying that, like, white people did create gangster rap, but it's not high neighbor, your typical. No, we're talking about like diabolical people because what? Go ahead.
Sorry, I meant in the sense of if whites created gangster rap instead of blacks and performed it instead of blacks. If that,
I mean,
like if NWA was white instead of black, that's an example.
but it couldn't be though. It couldn't be because that's the main part that I was saying. If it was white people who started it, you have to take that N word out. You can't use it. They're not gonna say that. That they would never. It would make no sense. It would make no sense for them to call black people it. If they're gonna call themselves it and rhyme it on them, that it's impossible. They would just you would have to take that word out. And think about it. That doesn't change anything though. That doesn't change that bitches ain't shit. That doesn't change I shot that motherfucker in the face. You know what I'm saying? I smacked his mama on the ass. It's like that doesn't change any of the disrespect that's going on. So if they were the ones performing it and they did it first, I don't think it would have went anywhere.
I was just wondering. It was more just wondering how the black community would perceive it.
I don't think they would.
They would have looked at them as like they were weirdos.
I mean, but that is how a knowledgeable mind does look at hip hop. Like, I got a video coming up where the title of the video is, okay, we see whites made a mockery of blacks in the minstrel show.
Oh, yeah.
So what mockery are blacks making of blacks in the hip hop show? That's the title of the video. When I do that shit, I don't know, people probably gonna be stumped for some weeks because they're not really gonna be able to argue this. They're gonna be like, oh shit. Well, okay, hold up. So you're saying the big red lips and the scratching yourself, I don't know, master. You saying all of that is mockery. Okay, just to see a bunch of black people with no need for paint. They don't even need the paint anymore. They don't need to make fake big lips. They got big lips. They black. These are real black people. On stage, talking about, I was there over her, nigga. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Just repeating himself like yeah. Okay. Take them off stage. Yeah. Oh, it was absolutely wonderful. I mean, it was the best steak I've ever had. It was exquisitely delicious. I mean, please may I have another one? This is true. This is actually true. We all know this about Lil Jon. We all know this. Like, that's not how he really talks.
T-Pain as well.
We see T-Pain all the time. T-Pain's a damn skater. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. T-Pain, he seems like a cool person to kick with, but I'm just saying, we can tell. He damn sure ain't hurting nobody. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He's not robbing a bank. That shit. He don't even seem like he would steal a pack of gum. Like, this motherfucker like a nerd. This is very true. It's very true. You know, I mean, that video will be coming soon. That's going to be a very funny one. But hey,
the only like hip hop group that is kind of nerdy would generally nerdy would be probably Wu-Tang Clan.
Say it again. Do I think genuinely nerdy? What?
No, the only hip hop group I can think of that is probably genuinely nerdy is probably Wu-Tang Clan.
You think Wu-Tang Clan is more nerdier than Pharrell's group, fucking Star Trek or Track Star, or whatever.
I didn't listen to Pharrell.
All right, fair enough. When you say Wu-Tang's nerdy, you talking about because they rhyme that way?
No, just because
them
it
in
has
general?
their hobbies and what they put in the songs, like referencing comic book stuff.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say this. I believe these are 70s babies, 80s kids.
I don't mean it as a dig as well.
I know what you're saying. But I'm saying hip hop normally, unless you're talking about topics, things that are going on in the world.
Yeah.
Normally your references, your punchlines, your metaphors are going to wrap around your time. So
that's true.
Wu-Tang, like I said, these are 70s babies, 80s kids. Some of them were 60s babies. You know what I'm saying? Late 60s babies, 70s baby kids. You know what I'm saying? So, the whole Tony Stark's thing, referencing,
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze too. Just like the RZA type flow, how he tries to rap sometimes like a damn scientist or something. It's like, and I mean like what's that doctor from Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus and shit. It's like they were around that time. Shit. I've heard Ghostface use Fred Flintstone references. It's like, yeah, they're gonna talk. Like I said, their metaphors and some of their bars are gonna reference things of their time. So yeah, they might bring up some 70s stuff. They might bring up some 80s stuff, but shoot, a lot of rappers use different type of bars. People use video game references. Fucking shoot like one of them Street Fighter characters, or it's about where your elements is. Nerd rap though. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm not knocking.
I didn't say nerd rap, but had like nerd elements.
I mean, but you can say that though. Like a lot of people didn't feel Wu-Tang when they first came out because of that. You know what I'm saying? So they had
the martial arts stuff as well.
Some people did hate on that. Some people didn't like the kung fu shit, but to be honest though, it's more honorable because kung fu is not dealing with no guns. So at least you come in swords up, you know what I'm saying? That's why they start talking about your swords. You got to protect your neck, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that was dope, you know what I'm saying? It was more of a, like I said, it's more of an honorable thing. It's more of a man thing, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just shooting somebody a long distance, you got to fight to the death, you know what I'm saying? We get bloody, fucking the whole Jizza shit, you know what I'm saying? My father was a great samurai.
I was just
men, and shotgun shogun and all that.
I was listening to that album like a couple of days ago.
See, so
like
Wu-Tang's a blessing though. Wu-Tang opened the doors for so much other shit. We would have never got Wu Syndicate without Wu-Tang. We'd have never got fucking Shah's son, Shaheem. I mean. We'd have never got Holocaust. He actually just passed away. War Child. Sons of Man, all that shit. Like, man, Wu came through with some dope ass people, and then you gotta remember the classic 8. Like, what? Capadonna is ridiculous. Like, they was dope. They was dope for their time, and they did their thing. They gave New York that awkwardness that New York actually has, because New York always had this fucking, we're the best, we're the toughest, we sell the most drugs, we have the best hoes, nobody cuts a steak like New York. It's like, and they were always trying to just front run it like they're better than everybody. And then Wu-Tang kind of brought out their oddities where it's like, there's other type Brooklyn cats, there's dirty Brooklyn cats like ODB, dirty. Son,
Yeah.
braids ain't even braided. Like half of it's a week old, the other one just brand new. Like niggas is crazy out here. Motherfuckers is
Yeah.
dusted out. They smoking fucking wet packs. Like, yo, niggas is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Wu-Tang took on the grimy street element that wasn't so dolled up. You know what I'm saying?
That was
Because
the
normally it
original.
was normally it was just like gangster.
Yeah.
Whereas like, yeah, it's gangster, but niggas kind of dress well and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or Jay-Z type gangster, like, yeah, you
Yeah.
thugging, but it's more pretty, if anything. You know what I'm saying? He's like pretty thugs. You know what I'm saying? You needed that Mob Deep type feel. Who linked up with
Yeah.
Mob Deep? Raekwon and them. Why?
Well,
Because it's the same type of feel. It's something that
yeah.
Nas was born around, but he really didn't get down like that, but he was around it. Like, we can't take what Nas is saying when he's talking about ops and all types of shit, because yeah, he really is from Queensbridge. Like, that shit is there. No, we don't believe you was doing all the killing, but yeah, you was right next to them motherfuckers. Oh yeah, hell yeah, oh, yeah, he was right there. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Your little brother turned out to be a crazy one, but nah, you did the music. All right, y'all. Wait, hold on. See, we getting off. Nah, fuck that.
Sorry.
No, we good. We good, G. I ain't saying it like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you want to talk about Battlestar Galactica though? What was that?
I don't know. I don't. We don't have to.
You don't even remember that shit. He like, yo, that was a long night. Fucking shit. Actually, this shit is like a week old, so I feel you.
I don't know why I wrote that.
What's your what about Biggie educated lames Will Smith? What did you mean by that?
There's something I thought about. It was interesting because how Will Smith was kind of looked at as corny, but wasn't Will Smith looked at as like corny from the black community?
Oh no, because at first I was like, what you said? I thought you said something else. It depends. It depends on what era we're in. It depends on what era we're in, because
Yeah.
in the Fresh Prince days, and we're not talking about the TV show. No, we talking about Fresh Prince, the MC. Will was dope. Will was dope as fuck. Like, Will honestly used to go to different radio stations and battle MCs, like right to their face. He had no problem with that. Will, the Fresh Prince, him and Jazzy Jeff shut Union Station down, like Union Square. Like, these motherfuckers was 87, 86, 85. Like, yo, Will's nice. I mean, Fresh Prince is nice. My bad. Fresh Prince is nice. By the time he gets the show, that's when he go corny. You know what I'm saying? He still bounced back with Summertime, though. That's what people don't get. When Will was at his bottom, when Will's out the door, like, he doesn't even have Men in Black and shit yet. He ain't even blown up in the movies like that yet. When Will's about to fall off musically, he still exited the game with the summer track of Eternity, and this motherfucker gets spins forever. Nobody's ever gonna let that song go. It's about to be playing next month. Literally, summertime. It's literally about to be playing next. He got that, but after that, yeah, he fell off the old boom, and he was just like, he was a corny ass, actor on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Easy shit, dancing around, gay, and just. He got corny after a while. Will Smith rhymes, nobody was trying to hear that, Yeah, people like Nine out, all different types of MCs at that point. King's Son, like, nobody trying to hear no Will Smith no more. Parents just don't understand who's living with their parents. Like, motherfucker, we're grown now. Like, we don't care. He double backed with the Men in Black, the Miami thing. He blew up a little bit from that.
Bad Boys.
And he got married. You know what I'm saying? And we already know that story. Fucking horrible, but that's the truth. That's what happened. But what do you mean by educated lames?
I've only seen that term used by blacks. I've never heard a white person use that term.
What about your people? Your people don't use that term.
I've never heard anyone not black use that term ever.
Educated lames.
Sorry, American black. I should be more specific.
Right, exactly. He like shit. I ain't never heard no African say that. You know what I mean? Talk about y'all. Talk about y'all in the States, motherfucker. Y'all. I mean, I get the notion of it. If somebody's a street person, I get the notion of it if it's a street person saying it. You know what I'm saying? Because their whole point is the devil worship anyway. And they be like, how the fuck you gonna say that? Because you're rebelling against wisdom and knowledge. You're arguing it. You're saying knowledge is lame. You're saying education is lame. But you would hate to not know how to cook for yourself, or not know how to drive a car, or open a door, or conversate. But that's education. So how lame is it? How lame is it to know when, your street guy, the police are coming in and know how to make a quick exit? What's lame about that? What's lame about not getting robbed? You bought a kilo, that's 1,000 grams, but they only gave you 800 grams. But if you weren't educated, you wouldn't know how to weigh it on the scale. You wouldn't know the difference, right? So how lame is education? Or what should I say? What is an educated lame? I don't know. I can only credit street people for saying some shit like that, but they're low cognitive anyway. They don't have that much education, so it makes sense for them to say some stupid shit like that. I don't know. Maybe shit. I don't even know where that term came from. Maybe somebody was arguing with like a politician or something. You educated lame. You don't know any fucking thing. You don't know the struggle. What the fuck I'm going through out here? Motherfuckers starve this shit off welfare. I guess. But studio actor. Now, see, studio gangster is not a studio actor. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think Kanye is a studio actor. I think Kanye is the same thing like they say Sexy Red is. They talking about Sexy Red as a CIA agent, a plant. I think Kanye is too. To a whole nother level.
Kanye was caught having dinner once with an ex-CIA director.
This is true.
I think it was lunch or dinner.
Yeah, this is true. But who else could be able to, like, think about it? In America, they say that black people can't do anything. And they say, there's just certain levels that black people can't do. Okay, Kanye has wore a Ku Klux Klan outfit.
Yep.
Kanye has sold Ku Klux Klan replica clothing. Kanye West has wore a swastika shirt. Kanye West has a swastika necklace. Kanye West has said things on Twitter about Nazis and Hitler and all that types of stuff. But he's black. He's from the land of Rodney King. Aisha got shot in the store and all that stuff. And all this stuff is true. Nobody's saying that this stuff did not happen. That's not the point. The point is, how is he able to get away with that? And remember, he has nothing but white women.
That's true.
All day. All day. Nothing but mixed children and parades around with nothing but beautiful white women.
Hold on there. I'll go further. Not even normal white women. Overly promiscuous white women.
But not just because they're promiscuous. That's his choice. That's his fruit that he wants to pick from. Because he could have porn stars too. But these are beautiful white women. Like, he's a celebrity. It makes sense. But we've seen celebrities with white women. Knock it off. We've seen plenty of them. They're okay. They're mediocre. But not Kim Kardashian. And who blew Kim up? Like, see, people keep forgetting. Kim was a hoe for a minute. Kim was a hoe for a minute. Ray J blew up her name. But who blew her up?
Kanye.
Thank you. Kim was a hoe. Kim was
Yeah.
just a hoe. That's all she was. She was just a celebrity hoe. That was it. Kanye made her a name. Kanye made that Kardashian thing a
That's
whole nother
true.
thing because she's with
Yep.
the most innovative artists in the game at that time.
Yeah.
Kanye makes his own beats. He's rhyming. He's doing all different
Yep.
types of shit. He's one
It's
of the first people. He'll argue that "Heartbreak" is the first auto-tune song. He'll argue that. He'll argue that I made auto-tune. So Kanye's on a whole nother level. The first Sunday or whatever he was doing, Kanye done a lot of different things. The Yeezys, Kanye trademarked
yep.
a shoe that was from the 80s off of a movie. Kanye done a lot of different shit. I'm not saying that he don't have his accolades. That's not my argument. My argument is why is he able to do it?
Because maybe it's in his contract.
Kanye's talked about the Jews. Kanye's talked about the Jews on Drink Champs. Kanye's talked about the Jews on
Yep.
Chris Rodman. Kanye's
But
talked about the Jews on Twitter. All that different stuff. He didn't have to do what Kyrie Irving did, or
But here's
what.
the thing. That's he spoke against them, but you still heard his message. How does that make sense?
But what message? He has 1,000 of them.
Like the anti-Jew stuff. Like even in general, they would have blackballed him by now. Like,
that's my point. He was just featured on what's named
Ghostface's
Playboy
album and Ghostface.
How is he? But Playboy Cardi's blew up more. How is he
Yep,
able to
that's true.
still get traction? Why is he not blocked by Spotify?
Because they don't want him to be blocked. They want that message he's saying out there.
I know, but
Okay.
what I'm saying, remember, we're talking about studio actors. I'm trying to ask the crowd something. I'm saying,
Sorry.
why is this? No, you fine. Why is this Black American, this guy, in this racist country, George Bush doesn't care about Black people?
People.
Why are they letting him do all this? Why is he able to get away with all of this? Oh, you got people on Instagram. I'm tired of Kanye. Oh, he's just crazy. He's losing. Why are they posting about him? Why is he still a talking point, a headline? Obviously, they're not mad. They're not mad at all because they're into that shit too. I never will believe that the Jews in power that are not being bombed and shot on didn't help with those world wars and fund in those Jewish banks. I don't care what nobody says. They like that swastika. They like that swastika necklace. They like that hoodie. They love the mysticism. They love the story to keep you afraid. To keep you afraid about anything that they're doing, because truth be told, nobody can claim lineage out of a book that you can't claim these people. You truthfully can't claim these people. You can't claim none of these groups because y'all be switching names up so many damn times. Like, how can you be these nations in this book today that aren't these names? They're not even these names. They're not. That's what I'm kind of trying to say.
And also, who's to say the book's real?
Well, yeah, that's the main point. Because the people that we're talking about didn't come from some African refuge. They didn't come from Persia. They didn't come from Iraq. They didn't come from anywhere over there. They come all the way from Germany, speaking Yiddish.
Yep.
This is not even the original language, but they're claiming that they're these people. I tell people all the time, those are some Germans. Those are some Germans and some Polish people. Those are not Jews at all. They never were.
You know the actress Gal Gadot?
What happened?
Do you know the actress Gal Gadot? The actress who plays Wonder Woman.
The Latina, the one from way back in the day, Linda
No,
Carter.
no, the newer one. The
The newer
newer
one.
one.
Nah, what
Yeah,
about her?
she is Israeli, but she said her grandfather migrated to Israel.
So, how do you feel about that? Where did he migrate from?
I can't remember what countries it was, but it's kind of weird, isn't it? In a sense that we view her as Israeli, but she doesn't have any lineage from that region, if that makes sense.
Shoot,
It's
neither do the converts.
it's it's like me claiming my family's from Australia. That's a lie.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I mean, and now if you birthed and had children and got married, then you could say that. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But that's just like the converts. It's the same difference. I mean, technically, like I said, nobody is really of this book necessarily because the oldest Jews, and this is just the history that I know of America, the oldest Jews to touch the United States corporation soil were German Jews.
Yes.
And I got that from Thomas Sowell. So I don't know what to tell people. I keep trying to say the same thing. There is no such thing as no biblical Jews. And that's a checkmate to the black Hebrew Israelites too. It's like, bro, you guys are lost. You guys are lost. You guys are getting information from somebody who stole people's land. This book can't be real. It doesn't make any sense. What are you scared of any fucking way? When has your boogeyman ever popped up and slapped you or slapped your enemy or stopped rape or stopped murder or starvation or corruption or any of this shit that's going on that you're reading that only a human being can comply because animals don't read? So clearly, you're supposed to be taking the allegorical wisdom and learning how to function as God because it's God talking to you in this book. And if he's making duality and I do all these things, I bring light and dark. And I'm telling you in the first commandment, don't put any other God before me. And you're the one reading. And people talk about that little voice in their head that no one else can hear. Clearly, the masonry, it was built for wise beings. That this book is not for average people. That's why when it was created, most of the world was illiterate.
Couldn't read.
People couldn't read. So
weren't allowed to read.
Thank you. So here's where this preacher comes from. This pastor, this person who's telling you animal sacrifice. So they're telling you to kill this fucking freshly cow and then just leave and I'm going to bless you. And then later on, you smell a bunch of hamburgers and you're like, what the fuck is going on over there? Motherfucker, you just gave him dinner for a week. It's like, there was no money. Remember, there's no money back then.
But the book also says, thou shalt not kill. It doesn't say thou shalt not kill humans. Thou shalt not kill animals. It just says thou shalt not kill.
I mean, that was slick the way you just said that. That was slick. You know what I'm saying? That's an eye opener for the people in the States. Remember, he's not in the States, y'all. This question is an Australian question. Real shit. That was a gangster one. It just says thou shalt not kill. It doesn't say thou shalt not kill people. It doesn't say thou shalt not kill animals. It just says thou shalt not kill. But if thou shalt not kill at all, wouldn't that count as the animals and the people? I mean, if thou cannot kill, period.
Yeah.
But that's kind of ignorant because this bull is rushing towards me and I have this gun right here. It's like I didn't say anything to the bull. I wasn't even fucking with him. For some reason, the bull tripping on me. The bull just tripping. He's just like, what are you doing here? The fuck? The hell out of my fucking neighborhood? Ah! And I got this gun right here, and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not kill. Yeah. But I mean, yo, he's about to kill me, son. And, he can't read the book. You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to tell him? The book says thou shalt not kill. I think I'm gonna let 16 do what it does. Right? I'm going right again. All right. I mean,
They
this motherfucker
stupid.
all up in the fucking face. Trying to get
Yeah.
this motherfucker done. No body shots. Straight to the dough.
Yeah.
You're done. But hey, factors though. That I mean,
Like,
I tell people, look, when you're reading that book, just remember you're reading it. That's all. That's all I say.
like you wouldn't shoot a dog for no reason.
I mean, wouldn't you love to see a dog read a Bible?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, turn to chapter. That'd be interesting. For some reason,
Yeah.
they don't. They just look at you while you're reading and like,
No.
I don't fucking know.
No.
Back to Kanye though.
Yeah.
Better yet, hold on. I need a water break. I'm gonna be right back though. But keep this in your mind while you're right there waiting. Kanye, Diddy, and Soulja Boy. Let's talk. Yeah, it's crazy. The interlude music come on and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We all back. Yo, fuck it. But yeah, question. You seen Soulja Boy in the news lately?
No. All I know is he had a song or album with was it Bow Wow and Soulja Boy?
This ain't about that. This is about some case he had with some female, and he got to pay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
I don't know what the fuck happened. All I do know is he lost the case, and he got to pay her $4 million. So he says out of his mouth, they trying to do me. They trying to take my soul like Diddy.
Right, that suggests Diddy's innocent.
I don't even know about saying it suggests his innocence. I just think it's weird because it's like, what do you mean they trying to take my soul?
No, for him to say that, it suggests he thinks Diddy's innocent.
Fair enough.
Like
fair enough.
You wouldn't say that about someone you wouldn't say that about somebody unless you thought they were innocent.
Or better yet, you wouldn't compare yourself to
someone
unless you thought they were innocent.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm more or less looking at it like what we're talking about. Studio actors. Remember, this guy wants to be a blood from a set he's nowhere from. He's nowhere even close to. He wants to be all the way from Fruit Town. He wants to be from Fruit Town, Piru, all the way in LA.
Wasn't that like Chris Brown? Didn't he say he had blood ties?
He does. He does. Chris Brown's story is a little different. The only reason Chris Brown gets a pass is because Chris Brown kind of was initiated a little younger than people know. He just kept it under the wing. And people be like, well, why would he do that? Because he's a young artist in LA all the time. And it just so happened he was around some Bloods. So they're the ones who took him in, protected him around a lot of his shows. And he grew, a kinship and a family type love for him. So it's like, his is a little different. I like people don't really talk shit about Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Even Nipsey Hussle before he died, he
Yeah,
never said nothing about Chris Brown. Like a lot of
that's
people
true.
know how Chris
Yeah,
Brown got blooded in, so he
yeah,
earned his keep. We'll give him that. Ray J had ties since a little kid and shit. You don't have a choice. Sometimes it's just who your protection is. These are
yeah.
young
And
artists, and they come around LA, and it's like you gotta pick a side. You
yeah,
have to. Some people can do it neutral where they you paying two niggas. Now you paying Bloods and Crips. Damn shame. But but I'm saying they have their past. But Soldier Boy is a little different. What I'm saying is he was really, really young.
yep,
And he blew up off of YouTube success. So he was just some
yep.
random kid off of YouTube,
He,
bro.
he was like the first ringtone rapper.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. How much do you think he is like why do you think he has to like promote it like that? Even though ain't nobody taking his blood serious like that, but he has to promote it like that. Why do you think he has to be so loud on the internet? Why do you think he has to be so obnoxious? It's like
Because no one's gonna care about his music
no, no, no,
otherwise.
no, 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 no. That's how you get paid.
Yep,
That's the character. Like it's just like Boozy. It's just like Charleston White.
right.
Some
Yep.
people, even that Ankh 607, it's like they showed him rapping back in the day. He's a normal person. This is an
It's
act. Studio
it's
actors.
actor.
That's what we're talking about.
Uh, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's sort of like the loudmouth black woman, but in their case, the loudmouth black man.
I mean, you keep saying you from Lebanon, though. How is that disrespectful?
I don't know how someone might take it.
Why? Because the accent?
No, like the
There's
context.
black women in Europe that talk like that. There's black women in Australia that talk like that. Shit. They look, accent is accent. I don't give a fuck. Like I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't care about no shit like that. Look, if that's the way you talk, it is what it is. Fucking
No, I meant the way they talk. The people you just named, like Soldier Boy, Charleston White, and Gucci. What was it? Gucci, you mean?
nah. I said fuck. I said Charleston White, Soldier Boy,
Boy.
and Ankh 607. Um,
Because
I
I
said
was
somebody
saying
else,
like
but
I
go
was
ahead.
saying how that'd be the equivalent of the loudmouth black men compared to instead of the loudmouth black women. Like Soldier Boy is probably like
I mean, but that's
loudmouth, full
all of
of
them though.
drama.
But bro, that's
Yeah.
all of them. Like the old.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. The older you get, the more you realize that's what you were listening to. No, you're not hearing me. The older you get, the more you're going to realize that's what you were listening to. When you're listening to Easy E, you're listening to a loud black man. When you're listening to DMX, when you're listening to Jay-Z, when you're listening to any of these people, you are listening to a loud, emotional person spewing out a bunch of boasting and bragging.
Yeah.
That like I'm not saying that to try to teach you nothing. I'm taking you out the box real quick and let you realize what you were doing. Like you weren't just listening to samples like it's just music. No. You're listening to people. Okay, what are they talking about?
Ignorant
like,
shit.
is this person teaching you about your curriculum in class or something? Like, imagine a rhyme all about fucking biology. And it's like he's really breaking down your classroom curriculum. And it's just in rhyme. You'd be like, yo, that was the dopest shit I ever heard. And it was educated as fuck. Hell yeah.
I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, I'd listen to mostly Tupac and 50 Cent, but when I then in later on in high school when I discovered Wu-Tang Clan, it was different. as because also the subject matters were different. It was more like mature topics, if that makes sense.
I mean, to me, I don't know. I'm an MC, so I look at it more like you was just expanding your chambers, like you're just going into different zones. I mean, when I listen to De La Soul, I don't feel like a loser. I feel like I'm inquired, like I'm inquiring what I'm hearing. It's like the beats are different, the whole flow is on some totally different stuff. Like you got to try to catch up to the lingo. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Wu-Tang stuff was. Okay, when it comes to the whole West Side situation, yeah, you can talk about the gangster part, but that wasn't all of it. There's so much melodic harmony with the West Coast productions. They always got like some female singing in the back. You know what I'm saying? They try to hit you with the organs and synthesizers.
Funky
and
beats.
It's a different type of bounce. It's just a different bounce. Like it's melodic sometimes. You know what I'm saying? There's not so much boom bap. It's like yo, I'm just cool.
Like Farside didn't sound like NWA.
Nah. And Farside didn't sound like Public Enemy. And Public Enemy didn't sound like Ghetto Boys, and Ghetto Boys didn't sound like Rakim. It's like that was the cool thing at a time. You see how I just brought up so many different styles, and I look at it today.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up, huh? That's pretty fucked up. It's like, damn, bro, everybody's just singing, unless they're singing, which is all of them.
Everyone wants to be the Joker.
Everybody wants to be the
Batman. The Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Batman Joker.
Facts. No, that's real. I mean, it's just sad because everybody's looking for a fad now. Nobody's ready to like step out, or at least allow people to step out and be individuals. Everybody's trying to catch a fad.
Yeah, everyone doesn't want to be themselves, if that makes sense.
Nah, because they want the money.
Nah, they want the money. The women.
The women are going to come with the clout, and you know what everybody's claiming is important. So the whole point is, what do they like? Okay, this is the #1 hit. Okay, it's this style. All right, so that's what everybody's doing, because everybody, remember, it went from mumble rap to drill.
The drill.
And everybody was like, "Oh man, drill is keeping rapping on."
You forgot trap music.
That was before both of them.
That's
you know what I'm saying? What about gangster rap?
Yep.
It's like we just said the same thing 4 times. They just changed the tempo and changed the name. But I could have sworn in gangster rap they were murdering people. I could have sworn in trap they were murdering people. I could have sworn in drill they were murdering people.
Yeah.
I could have sworn the other one that I named mumble rap they were killing people. It's like.
Also, without Bone Thugs and Harmony, would you have had trap music?
That's not fair. That's not fair to say.
And I'm not blaming them.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that's not fair to say, because Bone Thugs and Harmony really didn't start that. Like the shit goes back to the duets. It goes back to having an R&B singer on
in the sits and stuff.
Rapper. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that flow connection that they started, and then from there, then you get your Bone Thugs and Harmony. But before then, you got T.J. Swan. It's like there was singers in the back in the day.
Yeah.
Singing shit. I found out Angie Stone was originally a fucking rapper. I didn't even know that. She's like the first singing rap group. She was a part of them. I was like, damn.
Didn't she pass away recently?
Yeah, in a weirdo fiasco. But she brought it on herself. That's how I feel. I feel she brought that shit on herself. But I'm saying, bro, I'm saying, like, when it comes to those. Are those real situations all the time? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Angie Stone wasn't a real thing. I'm not saying the Prodigy from Mobb Deep wasn't a real thing. I'm saying is that all the time? You know what I'm saying? The Pac and Biggie, What's that other rapper? Fuck. Was it? Was it?
Gaddafi and Hussein Fatal.
Was it the dude? Was it Tim Dog?
Tim Dog.
Was it Tim Dog? Yeah, that
So,
Tupac host was talking about. Was it Tim Dog
yeah,
that faked his own
so
death and then came
death.
back? I think it was.
And
I
he
think it
had a
was.
song with Cool Keith and somebody else and Tim
Right.
Dog called Falsified, talking about faking his own death.
See? See, even you done heard about that shit, so you know what's up. So it's like the game is shit is rigged. Is
Like,
rigged. But as far as like, you know, studio actors, I just brought up that Soulja Boy shit because I thought it was funny. But Kanye damn sure is one. And like I said, they
it's
claiming that they just found out that Sexy Red is one, but we been knew that though. Like, and then I'm
it's
mad
fu-
because how the fuck you get away with that shit? If motherfuckers, you can clearly see this is like some weirdo shit.
it's
Motherfuckers
funny you
still,
brought up Prodigy. I
why is
think
that?
Prodigy's grandfather or great grandfather founded I forgot what college it was. Morehouse College.
I mean, I ain't know that. I never heard that, but
Mm.
I mean, shit. That is his grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Great.
either his grandfather or great grandfather.
Shit, he the one who said Illuminati got my mind, soul, and my body. He, you know,
Body.
he started that shit, like for
Yeah,
real. Like he started that whole escapade in rap. So,
that's true.
and he kept arguing about that. I'm the one who said that shit, son. You know what I'm saying? So that's odd. And then, you know, towards the end, he brings in the what is it, the helium dialectum, or however you say that.
Is that a group? That sounds familiar.
Nah, it's like a theory about how, you know what I'm saying, the whole world is controlled and, you know, all that different stuff. Like he brought that shit to heliodialectum or something like that. But that's interesting that you say it's his great grandfather that starts Morehouse College or creates it.
Hmm.
That's
I think
pretty
it was.
interesting.
What was the word? Moving on. Did you find that interesting? I think I've mentioned it to you a long time ago, but you probably forgot.
You said the word.
No, about Prodigy's grandfather or great grandfather.
Oh, you saying you brought this up before? Fuck.
Yeah, but this was a long time ago, so
Nah,
people forget things.
maybe it's good that you brought that back up though. Maybe I need to, you know, look into that a little more. Like real shit though. That's shit. I can't believe that
Are you
shit.
thinking of Hegelian dialectic?
I think that's how you say it.
Hegelian dialectic, the word.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's how you say it. I think you said because you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie. That word be tripping my tongue
It's a
out.
little
But,
tricky.
right. Fucking I just find that odd that you said that. But you know, hey, what else fucking happened?
Did you want to ask? Do you have any questions for me?
You know what? I got a good question for you. Yeah, I got a good question for you. From the outside looking in, from someone, you know, from across the water. Where do you this is how I'm gonna state the question. Where are you now with hip hop from where you began with it? How do you
It's
look at it
hard.
now compared to how
It
you looked at it when you first met it?
insane asylum.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Fair enough.
a little boring compared to back then.
I mean, when was it introduced? Like 2000? 2000, I mean, 99?
What, to me specifically?
Yeah, like when was the first time,
Uh,
like, you was really, like, feeling rap, though? Like, feeling hip-hop? Like, yo, this is pretty dope.
Maybe Stan.
Maybe Stan?
Yeah. Maybe. I'm sorry,
2000.
Miss Jackson.
Yeah, you talking about early 2000s. Early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Because
No, that's fair enough.
was
Music was still good back then. Nah, music was still good back then.
I was born in 95, so
You little bro age. You either, yeah, you about to hit the 3 O's or you already there. But it's a good time. It's a good time to come around.
so
You're only
I've
10
seen
years
hip
off.
hop.
You're only like 9 years off. Yeah, it's a good time to come around.
So I've seen hip hop like change dramatically from like 2000s till now.
Shit, it's only been 25 years, yo. Fucking.
Well, it's
How do you feel though? No. How do you feel though? From don't do that on the streets. You gotta get going with yourself. Yeah. Ha, 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 ha. Then to rolling through the streets, yeah, with the drugs on me, the thugs with me. We getting in the stash for cash. Okay. Then you got to yeah, we rolling out the politics, son. Hit the politics, the page. Okay. Then you went to what? Where are you at now?
with hip hop, a little confused. It's I don't know. It's hard. It's sometimes hard to listen to.
You know what factors? I
It's I think it's also to do with like getting older. The allure isn't there anymore.
I mean, I feel it goes in stages. When you're an artist in hip hop, and it's real shit. When you like you participate in it,
Yeah.
you do get inspiration. You know what I'm saying? There's always the cipher. You know what I'm saying? There is no beef. It's not a battle. It's just everybody spitting their shit. It's like sometimes it does bring a certain type of inspiration out of people. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give it.
It's just a vibe.
Yep. I'll give advice to like somebody who's the actual rapper. Maybe listen to like maybe listen to other genres at the same time. Just so you're you're out of your comfort level or you're out of what you're used to.
Man, you talking to real artists, bro. They don't exist no more, man. I ain't gonna front. Like I mean, look, they tried with the whole Dully or whatever that black girl's name is, with the and it's like it was okay. It was okay. Like it was okay. I'm not gonna front. It was okay. But once you start listening to your content and what you're saying, and you're like, I don't mind certain things, and it's like, wait a minute, I heard that. I heard what you said when you said what you said. Don't think that shit split past me. You know what I'm saying? But I like the creativity of the rhyme, but that's how you sneak a lot of weird shit in. It's always been like that. So I said that to say this. It's not about getting older. It's about, truth be told, you're not hearing good music, and you know it's true. You know, you just can't vocal your voice, you know, like they used to do back in the day, and break the records in front of the record company. Like we don't want this. It's like you can't do that anymore because now it's all stream.
There are a few good stuff. I was listening to Lloyd Banks a couple of weeks ago, like last week.
You're always gonna find some jewels.
Yes.
You're always gonna find some hitters because people's lips are still moving. So,
Yeah.
you know. But in truth, if we could, I would just take the whole record industry right now and give them the jazz.
I was
Because
gonna
the
say,
game's over. I was like, yo, you there?
yeah, sorry.
Said you was gonna say something. That's the last thing I
Uh,
heard.
I was gonna say that the thing with Americans, especially the black community, I don't think they realize the effects hip hop has outside of America.
Not all of them. Some of us do.
Like
Some of us know what's going on.
like the spell isn't just in America. It's like the spell of it keeping you dumbed down with the low vibration of the music. It's like everywhere.
See, now you're talking. That's a great point to bring. All right. My brother Jay from Australia. Can you repeat one more time what you just said, just so people can hear it? Just one more time.
I was saying how the spell of low vibrational music, it affects everyone, not just people in America or the black community.
And why in your heart of hearts do you feel that it does that? Even
Because
wait.
sorry.
Before you answer. Take away race, color, anything.
Yep.
Just talk about what it is and what is it doing.
It's low vibrational music without substance or intelligence, I should say. And it's making people dumb. So when you play like lyrical music or hip hop with substance, they look at it as weird or they say it's crap. like if you were to play Gangsta to a normie, they might look at you as weird. Like, why are you playing this? This is weird.
Now, what I would ask the world, because this is not a black or white thing, this is a mind thing.
Yeah.
Why does the brain stimulate off of negativity? And if
Or
they
ignorance.
knew, fair enough. And if they knew that the brain does this, why would they allow that type of energy, references, conversation to the masses, not to a certain group, not to a select few, woven, hidden in an inner sanctum? Why would they promote this music? And you're having some, no, respect. But you're having someone from a whole nother part of the world that is crediting you. They're crediting you, America, for creating a form of what you call music that does more damage to people than we've seen any other music do. Because they used to say, rock and roll is devil music and stuff. But it's like, to be honest with you, they weren't never talking about the devil. They were talking about jamming and having a good time and, flirting and talking to girls and all that. But no, there's no devil worship in it. That didn't come until later. That's crazy. They call it the devil's music in the 50s. And they're not even talking about no devil stuff. Then we get all the way to the 80s. And people wearing skulls and bones and all this shit. It's like, what the hell happened to this thing?
Yep, well, Marilyn Manson.
Right. Shit, Ozzy Osbourne. You know what I'm saying? Go all the way back to the 70s. Because, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like it starts in the 50s. And they're calling it the devil's music, and they're not doing anything wrong at all. And then about 2 decades later, here it is. Now we biting off bat heads and wearing tight black spandex and trying to look like girls and putting on mascara. And it's like, what's this reverse psychology shit? What are we doing? What are we doing?
And that's the other weird thing about Kanye. Why did he invite Marilyn Manson into a church service?
Why was he wearing them weird ass pants and walking around looking like a black hillbilly and shit? What is that about? Who are you representing? Because there's nobody who flies into the States and tries to emulate Bobby Joe. None of y'all want to be Billy Bob. No, y'all don't. There is no foreign European or anybody from any of those type of countries that come over here and want to be Cousin Jethro. They don't think like that. So clearly it's like, think about it. If you're trying to incriminate a type of people anyway, and I'm just talking about an American situation, why wouldn't you have the foreigner view the negative of the other group? Because remember, there's only 2 people. Nobody's talking about the Indians. The story is they're all killed. It's just these 2 people. It's ex-black slaves and then it's white people. Okay, cool, whatever. That's how everybody looks at it from the outside. Okay, but when you fly over here, they're telling you, no, these are the negative people. We're the good people. All of us are good. All of us. The black people ain't the only ones robbing people. They're not the only ones who murders and rapes and all that. No. Both of them. They both up there. But I'm just gonna put the energy of the negative on this one. But then when people fly over here and they see the hillbilly, they don't ever talk about them. They don't say nothing about them, but they can clearly see what this is. They're like, wait a minute, this is the white version of this motherfucker that they told me to stay the fuck away from. It's the same motherfucker. Right? This ain't no suit and tie. This ain't no person at work. No, this ain't nah. This is a criminal. This motherfucker, shit, I stay a little too long with this motherfucker. I might not make it home. It's like, it's education. Even a foreigner can see that. It's education. It's all on the brains, And like I said, I can understand why musically, it sounds good for a quick second because you're getting drawn in with other type people. Lyrics back in the day were different than what they are now. Most rappers or MCs would have an understanding on how you make an album. It's like, you got your party song. You got your thug song. But you got to have your real song. You got to have your fucking, I love the homies song. I fucking, I protect my daughter type song. You got to have some type of real lyrics.
Yeah, that's why in the second Wu-Tang Clan album, You God had the shit with RZA because they didn't have any songs appealing to women. So You God wrote Black Shampoo.
I mean, it is true though. They didn't.
Like he was getting the shits because like all the songs were like geared towards men, and I think he found it weird.
I mean, Ghostface pretty much is,
No, You God.
I know, but I'm saying it's like Ghostface pretty much is like the lover boy, like on Ultimate songs. But
or Method Man.
When it comes to like facts, I give you God his argument when he's like, I kind of saved Wu-Tang and I kind of got done dirty in the deal for the album and a couple other things, because he is kind of correct. Like you said, he's the one who came up with that song. And he argues that on one of his movies that he has, the Godzilla album, it came with like a DVD. It's like he was arguing that point. He was like, yo, there was a time where it's like I was pretty much pushing the boat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else got a deal dropping. When the fuck is you got album dropping? So I believe what you're saying. It's like he started it off, and that's why it's him and Ghostface on Lachey. You know what I'm saying? Rock your body. It's like, if you notice, it's you got. Why? Because he the one who popped it off with the lady joint, like you said. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hip hop files, it's facts.
Even his verse on Protect Your Neck was a little like kind of appealing to women, kind of.
I mean, look,
not really, but like it was it was short, but not. I don't know how to explain it.
He the one that still threw up something about getting at the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but you know what motion you want to move, man. You know what I'm saying? Wu come out 93, 94. You know what I'm saying? You got Onyx, ball heads out here. You know, on the West, they got the Snoop Dogg shit. Everybody gangs it out. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like
but
bitch right now. So
yeah, but the second album came out in 97.
Right.
That's when Black Shampoo came out.
Now think about what's going on at the time. You got Biggie out there, Hypnotized, different stuff.
97, Tupac and Biggie probably wouldn't have been there.
Nah, remember, Big Biggie, don't get killed till 97.
But depends when the album dropped.
I know. And what I'm saying is Wu-Tang, the Wu-Tang Forever second album, that comes out after Big. Big's Ready to Die has already been dropped. Okay. So you got the fly, flashy suit, Biggie. Like I said, I'm trying to show you something. I'm trying to show you why that conversation even happened. Why is Black Shampoo even popping off?
I thought you meant Biggie's second album. That's what I was getting confused. I didn't
talk about Biggie's second album. Biggie's second album is 97. Wu-Tang's second album is 97. A lot of dope shit came out in 97. Fucking my boys Lost Roots and shit. With the whole the Lost Boys. With the whole fucking the joint Planet of the Beast, I think, with Cannabis. It's like, yo, a lot of shit was popping off in 97. 97 was getting ready for 98. Like, people gotta understand. If you was in hip hop in 97, yo, this shit was about to go down because 98 was something serious. But so you got Black Shampoo that pops off after all this Bad Boy record shit. Because remember, Pac is dead. Pac is dead. Once Pac dies, Champagne era pop off real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's the Pretty Boy shit. Motherfuckers bright screen videos and shit. Because remember, Big's just about to pass. Puffy album No Way Out drops in 98. All this shit, you know what I'm saying? You got to make a video and shit. You got to make the songs. All this shit ain't done in 2 days. Puffy can't rap. So it's like, shit, Biggie's on that album, Victory. He got old fucking Biggie verses and shit that nobody's ever heard because Victory is just dropped. Michael Jordan, none of this shit is dropped yet. Even if you want to claim the freestyle, he did it first. Nigga, it's a freestyle, motherfucker. It's like, niggas, you don't fucking DVD players like that back then. It's 95. Like, nobody has these type records. It's like they're just hidden somewhere. Okay, so, like I said, the timing is perfect. Black Shampoo, yeah, he's talking to the shorties, but like I said, shit, we can go all the way back to 96. Pac's already done Thug Passion. Pac's already done all them Thug Love and all that. He's already done all that. So it's like, of course, you know, I feel your point is like, yo, it's enough testosterone around here. Where the bitches at? Y'all doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to keep murdering. Okay, let's have a different conversation. But it wasn't just It wasn't just he sprung out of nowhere with that shit. Like
Yeah.
it was around. But yeah, I think Wu Tang really wasn't. Nah, I ain't gonna say that was a female album, the first album. Everybody got ninja mask on and shit. Like, does it look like something like for ladies?
Not really.
And females do love that shit though. They do love that shit.
Yeah.
They love ice cream. They love
Method Man. Method Man.
Females love that ice cream song, yo. That wasn't Method Man. That was Ghost.
No, I meant actual Method Man.
Oh shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm actually
never
surprised.
heard the argument. I've never heard the argument. Shit, when I was young, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you hear females talk about who they like, and I've heard Method Man get brought up several times. So yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Method Man didn't have like a love song on their second album.
He wasn't popping at the time. Method Man was popping on the first album. I mean, he was dope. He was, he could still spit and shit. Nobody was saying that, but it's like, I bomb atomically, Socrates' philosophy. It's like, come on, man. Like,
that was Inspector Deck.
I know. Shit, do you really want to go there with that album? Like, do you really want to go there with that album? Like, there was too much shit in that album. There was too much shit.
I've got a hip hop question for you. Who do you think was the better rapper, Method Man or Redman?
It's a weird question because it's like Redman is not.
He's more comedic.
Even though they have duet albums and shit, it's like Method Man's punchlines and like metaphors are more neat. They're more neat. You can say understood if you want. They're more neat. You know what I'm saying? Redman is more like abstract.
Grimy.
Him and Q-Tip, ironically, could make a whole album and it would be like the dopest shit on earth because they're both like oddball artists. Like they don't really rap like most people would, and they don't say things at times that most people would say. So it's like that's why I said abstract. Like they're just oddball MCs. They're oddballs. Like they're gonna say something that you're like, I didn't expect somebody to say that. You know, that's probably why Eminem likes him so much because Eminem was known to do that. Eminem was known to say things that you're not going to think somebody's going to say. Like, I can see the rhyme. I can see how it's going to fit. But I would expect you to say that. You know what I'm saying? And especially the timing and the way that you're going to say it. It's like, it's perfect, but it's just an odd ball. Like, it's an odd bar. Like, huh? Like, you're fucking stupid. It's an MC thing, like that's why people like Eminem or Slim Shady. Better yet, people like Slim Shady. Eminem's cool, but Slim was dope because Slim was fast,
shock value.
He had the whole MC Ace thing going on. That's why people were saying he pretty much bit MC Ace style, and everybody's like, nah, he bit fucking Redman, and it's like, nah, he kind of bit Master Ace freestyling, kind of. He kind of
was it intentional, though? Was it intentional or was it?
I don't know. I can say that if you want to argue that's not the only Master Ace style, so it's not fair to say that he just bit his style because nigga, that's not his only style. But I'll respect that argument because it's like, okay, that's true. That is true. But Master Ace is one of the dopest MCs. It's not like he wasn't a part of the Juice Crew. It's not like he really can't rap. Like Jack the Ripper and Rolling in My Jeep, I mean, we got the bounce. I think that's what it's called. But he got a few tracks though. Like he's dope. Like Mass Age is dope. He don't get enough credit as he's supposed to. He's dope.
I've got some interesting Eminem information. In one of his mum's books she wrote, she mentions that his father told her that his grandfather or great grandfather taught Aleister Crowley. So Eminem's
He's
great
not really
grandfather
blonde. He's
or
not really
great
blonde.
great grandfather taught Aleister Crowley.
He's not really blonde.
Blonde. He's also of the tribe Eminem.
No, I'm saying he's not really blonde.
Blonde.
Like
Yep.
blonde haired. He's not really blonde haired.
Blonde.
He started out more like, black wannabe hip hop rapper, and then turned into now he's just white style, and everybody's heard the Infinity album by now. We can all hear the Nas and the AZ, and it clearly is like.
That's the thing with me that I listen to hip hop, but I don't act black, if that makes sense.
I mean, I tell people all the time, though,
Like, I find that weird sometimes when, like, a white guy try to says, like, a phrase that a black person would use. It's kind of weird.
I don't know. What's the phrase? And how is it being said? And what language is it being said in? I mean, I keep trying to tell people, if you want to get with the facts, you have to realize you guys are watching a show. It's a stage.
Stage.
There's always going to be smart people and dumb people. It's always been that way in every group. So when we're talking about you're acting black or you're acting white, why is it always assimilating to ignorance and smart? No. Just peep me out. Peep me out real quick. Because this is the chessboard. This is what you're dealing with. You're not dealing with what you would call race. You're not. Because you're showing it without even saying it. You're not talking about individuals. There's black doctors and black lawyers, and there's white doctors and white lawyers. You know that.
Yep.
But when you talk about phrases, you know what I'm saying? Impetus, all different types of things. With black people, it's mostly a negative. And with white people, it's mostly a positive.
And
I'm saying that doesn't negate the hillbilly, and it doesn't negate, the Judge Joe Brown. It's like, what part of the game are we picking from when we look at certain things? Now, can I argue with you? No, because who told him to pick that certain talking point from black people? You know what I'm saying? He could have took I'd rather be judged by 12 than buried by 6. Is like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's other type of phrases, but it depends on how you're looking at the situation. But yeah, shit, black people do that though. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, white guy. Yeah, I did. I totally need some gas, man. Oh God, it's like, why do every time we imitate white people, why is it always goofy ass white people?
It's not like the wise one or the one that you'd want to emulate. It's always the goofy one.
Right. See, you know what I'm saying? It's like the real shit. Unless we're being racist. If we're being racist, then we'll talk like the white scientists, like, taking over. People will say it in a real
Yeah. Or you talk,
condescending way.
or
But
you talk like the nerdy white guy from Ghostbusters. No, not the Ghostbuster. The guy who got possessed.
oh, you talking about Rick Moranis?
Yeah, him.
Rick Moranis was actually funny, but I feel you though. Nah, I feel you though. What the fuck is that motherfucker's name? Damn, I don't know why I'm thinking with an L, but it wasn't though. I think it was with a K. Or was it Louis? So I don't fucking know. Anyway, but I feel you though. What the fuck? Like I said, man, everybody does shit because stereotypes and shit, they exist. But I'm telling people, there's still smart people and there's still ignorant people, and that's what it is. And sometimes we're entertained by somebody's ignorance, and then that's becomes a trend and fad, and then a stereotype, and then that's what it becomes.
It's not a race thing
What
as
the
well.
nerd?
Ignorance and non-ignorance isn't a race thing. It's like a human condition.
Yeah, it's just when you're interwoven with culture, it becomes whatever's around. You know what I'm saying? But tipsy is tipsy, and hungry is hungry, and angry is angry. The basics are there, but it's just it's interpreted different, or at least expressed differently. But in the end, it's still the same thing.
Yeah. How long do you want to go?
Shit, I'm already knowing. I'm on that mission too. I mean, shit, we didn't run through all the fucking questions. We didn't get to the Galactica one because you couldn't remember that shit.
I'm just gonna mute my phone and I'm just gonna pop to the toilet and come back real quick.
Shit, you know what though? Hey, on factors, I can do a quick intermission, but when you come back though, what the fuck is the next conversation though?
We'll
I probably got like a good 20 minutes left. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
cool.
I'll rock it out though. I can do that though. I say like another dub. So yeah, go ahead, make that bathroom run. Everybody out there, if you gotta do one, do the same fucking thing. If you take a shit, well then fuck you. We got about to start back in about like 1 fucking 90 seconds. All right, kiss my ass. I'll see y'all in the queue. Yeah. Serious about that shit earlier about the damn T-Rex. I think that would be a good argument for college cats and shit. Yo, bro.
Yep.
I can't even say it right. Hold on, wait a minute. So what the fuck? What do y'all got out there? Like, y'all don't have a CIA, huh? Y'all don't have like the FBI, huh?
No.
Okay. Who is them people that was keeping people quarantined during fucking the jab season? Who was them dudes that was going to people's doors and saying if they didn't have a fucking shit, they couldn't come outside?
No one except no one but one of my neighbors, he was sick and he couldn't be in the same room as his wife and daughter, so they'd send the police and military to check up on him.
Okay. So did they quarantine non-vaccinated people, or was it just people that were sick?
No. If you were
I seen
sick,
that
you had
shit
to
in the
be
news,
quarantined.
nigga.
If you were sick, you couldn't be near people.
Okay. Why was it going to cats' doors at that time, though? Remember?
Like, what'd you say?
What was they checking on when they was going to people's doors at that time? Was they checking on, did you get the jab, or?
No, just their social distancing. If they had other people in the house, they couldn't be in the same room as them.
Okay. So basically, people was going nuts at that time, and because we didn't really have that much information. I get what you're saying. You like, they was just doing some bullshit, pretty much.
But the thing is here, they closed down all the gyms for lockdown, but they left McDonald's open.
What you
So they left. So the
these
place
people.
what deals with food was left open.
What about the gas
Open.
stations, though? What about the gas stations, though?
Open.
Okay, so they closed down the churches.
And the
People stopped
gyms.
going to school.
The gyms too.
Right, and you started off with the gyms.
Yep. McDonald's was allowed. Fast food was allowed. Gas stations were allowed.
I mean, so okay, who's profiting off that? Like, don't act brand new. You know what I'm saying? But is it like just, we talking about people, like do we want to talk about where is it at? Do we want to talk about, race and all that shit, and or is it wickeder than that? Is it like I always tell people like this: when it comes to racism, I believe that's man-made. I believe that's something that's created to like distort mind thinking. And then you have the elites above racism. And I believe the elites are all colors. I believe they're everybody. They're Asian people, they're black people, they're white people, they're foreign people, they're not foreign people, they're islanders, they're fucking people with mustaches, no mustaches. They have blonde hair, blue hair, green hair, black hair, brunette. They have green eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes. They're everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to be the elites, you have to be the worldwide government. You have to be the global elite. So it's like they have to talk to each other. They got to be in business with each other. They have to trade off new spells to keep people zombies and shit. What fucking toy is going to be the worldwide market toy that's going to move all over the fucking Wall Street? You know what I'm saying? It's like they talk about these things before they do them. I feel that way. So
Here's the thing. What I find weird: if Hollywood was so racist back then, why they allow black actors?
In the first place,
Yes,
what time?
during the black and white era.
Okay, okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough because there's plenty of solo like black film directors that nobody talks about from that time. So why were they even given a shot? Why were they even
That was my point.
in Hollywood like Warner Brothers as
Yeah,
May Butler? It's like
yeah. Like what's his name? What's the movie about the the white woman who brings her black partner to dinner?
she brings her black partner. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Yeah, that one.
That's an old movie that was redone. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that I think the original one is from the 60s.
Yes.
I think it is.
Because
But that was in Sidney Poitier days. That was like,
yeah,
the only guy that like they gave a shot to, and he was a good actor though. I mean, I can't
yeah, but
I can't say he
but
didn't deserve his roles. Like he was good,
my
he was the
my
Denzel of
point is my point is they didn't need to give him a shot. So why did they?
I know. I know what your point is.
It's weird.
It can go both ways though. Like I can give him his credit and just say, they were mesmerized by his acting skills. Or I can say that of course, I mean that's the whole point of the word token. That's what it means. It's like,
That's true.
why am
That
I placing this right here and giving it all these type of roles that are not
so
normal?
so they can get black people's money. Maybe a black person wouldn't watch something with only white people.
I mean, but look at your avatar, who
That's
really came to that movie. Like, was it all black people or was it really white people? It's like he got to kiss
probably
on a good
both.
looking white. I mean, he got to kiss on a good looking black girl at the time.
Mm,
And she was a known black girl in movies
yeah,
that white people liked called Scary Movie. And it's
yeah.
like, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm just showing you it works both ways. Like the whole
I,
thing we were
I,
talking about earlier, white is if they made gangster rap first. It's not like
it's
white people don't like gangster rap. It's not like they're not saying, insane in the membrane. White people love
membrane.
that shit. You know what I'm saying? Jump around and today was a good
Hit
day.
him
All
up.
that shit, man. Yeah, I mean, from the hard shit to the chill shit, a lot of cool little Mexican songs came out in the early 90s. Even High C
Mm,
had something where it's like, um, I forgot what the hell the name of that song is, but it's like
yeah.
there was a lot of mellow, cool shit that everybody was listening to.
E- Even like music from GTA, like the hip hop.
I mean, we gotta give, eventually I gotta do that video too. It's like we gotta give respect to video games and the homage they paid to hip hop because even a lot of that house music, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? People keep forgetting a lot of house is hip hop too. You
Uh,
know, a lot of those dances and stuff like that. And we forget that element, like we've left it out, just like
yeah.
the true DJs and stuff like that. It's like we kind of, just let the MC
Yeah.
take over the whole thing and it kind of
Yeah.
messed it up in the long run. But what can you do? What can you do if nobody gives a damn about artistry anymore? Nobody
Yeah.
gives a damn about somebody setting a trend. They're by
Yeah.
themselves. Oh, well, that's not what everybody likes. Motherfucker, that's the point. They
Yeah.
don't want to be like everybody else. That's what
Else.
you're supposed to get. But you guys brains is so like numb nowadays. Like you said, if you play something that has a little lyrical, aspect to it, it's like they looking at you like you from a whole nother planet. And it's like, how the fuck is education from a whole nother planet? What are you talking about? Hell no, you can't watch my fucking house. I don't even want you in my house. You know what? Why are we friends? Get the fuck out of here. It's like that is some wild shit. But yeah, that's the days that we in. You didn't dumbed it down. You got people that weigh 80 pounds talking about they killers, and it's like, well, of course you're a killer. You have a gun, dog. Take the gun off. Use the biggest bitch on the planet. You're gonna get slung around, and it's wild.
And the thing is, as well, that a lot of rappers talk tough, but like, are they?
Studio actors, studio
Like,
gangsters.
how many rappers do you hear about going to jail, getting arrested? Is it a lot or is it a bit?
I mean, usually it's after they've gotten famous.
Yeah. No.
That's the weird part.
Like, let's be real. It's like if the government wanted to catch somebody for like committing gangster crimes or like slanging or like, you know what I mean, that'd get them if they wanted to. Like all these gang members, if the government wanted to get them, they'd just send the National Guard.
I mean, are you saying that basically
there, black and white, clear as crystal? You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I'm only saying that because it's like it's common sense, but it's embarrassing because it's like these are grown ass adults. Everybody's out here clout chasing, making podcasts, is talking shit, doing this and this and that. It is like at the end of the day, can any of us deny that? The more you mantra something over and over and over, I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. Just maybe, perhaps, you might kill something. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Pimp a bitch, pimp a bitch, pimp a bitch, pimp a bitch. Just maybe, perhaps, you might try to pimp a bitch. It's like, if you keep doing this over and over and over again, and you admit that you do this, you know what I'm saying? It's like people aren't hearing what they're hearing. They're like, oh, it's just music. No, it's not. It never was just music. It's always been a mantra. I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm saying there's a difference between a high school football team alma mater and like a song about killing somebody.
Right.
You have to understand what you're doing to your brain. You're doing the same thing you're doing to your brain when you're listening to music. Okay, music is before rap. All right, music is before the industry. Nobody told you were supposed to sell this. This is just inspiration of the spirit of humanity.
Yep, it's the same. It's sort of like the painter waking up in the morning wanting to paint a picture. You don't have to sell it.
Yeah.
You don't have to sell it, but rappers, for some reason, want to monetize it. Like the painter might paint something.
They sell that shit too. Don't try to act like there ain't no fucking famous painters now. Knock it off.
No, but like, no, I'm not saying like.
You're talking about the beauty of the art. You're talking about the love of the art.
Yeah. Them wanting to wake up in the morning and paint something beautiful.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Inspiration is a wonderful thing, and it is expressed through the liberal arts. Through the voice, through the hands. Yeah.
But that's the thing that's missing in hip hop, is what I'm getting at.
but it never was a perfect design anyway. It couldn't be.
Right.
It was
That's
created from
true.
multiple different sources. If I'm
This is
scratching jazz, blues, rock and roll, if I'm taking
it's good.
all these different type of sounds and
It's gonna sound different.
not even just that. It's like I'm creating. You ever notice that when you listen to Afrobeat
I don't
or
listen to
like
Afrobeat.
reggaeton, it doesn't matter. You've heard the vibration before.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it comes to reggae,
Yeah.
anything Caribbean, or
Yeah.
African, when you listen to it, the drum is very peaceful.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very
It,
dancey, very
yeah.
melodic. It's
Tropical sound.
you could say tropical. It's comfortable. It's a very
Comfortable.
comfortable sound.
It's not
Okay,
aggressive.
not at all. These are supposed to be the people that have this warrior story.
Yeah.
This, big, strong Africa and blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Okay, when you come to the West, and only in the West, this is the interesting thing about it. When you come to the Indian drum, it is a very war pride drum. For some
That's
reason,
true.
these Americans, whether you want to say the Indians or the Negroes or the whites, it does not matter because we can go from the military to black people. When you have that,
Yeah.
something about this energy is very strong. There's something very
Very
prideful over here. This beat
primal.
is, yeah, you could say that even if you want. It sounds very old. It's
Old.
it's it's a very old type beat, compared to these peaceful sounding people. And then you think about all the things that people talk about over here.
That's true.
Remember, there's no horror movies on Earth until America. There is no there is no gangster rap until America. There is no
Yep.
porn industry
Sure.
until America.
No horror
America
films.
very, very rough, raw, and rugged feel. And that's because
violent.
so much blood and murder and lie and corruption that has been done over here that it speaks through the vibration. That's why you're saying, even outside of America, you're saying that this music has a very corrupt, outcome to it. And it's because it's been rudely guided. Let's say it like that. It's been rudely guided. It's been turned from peace to war in such a short time. And it's really because of crack.
Yeah.
That's what really messed hip hop up. Crack is what messed hip hop up. It made everything fast. Everything fast to where nobody's catching on to anything. And then from going real fast and not catching on to anything, everything got dumb. And when everything gets dumb, everything gets slow. And then once it got slow, it got mumbled. And then once it got mumbled, we can say it got fumbled. And now you have singing. And that's my biggest gripe with hip hop today. It's not hip hop. It's not rap. It's not fast delivery. It has nothing to do with that anymore. It's singing.
Sort of like Post Malone.
Yeah. But worse.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just at that point in the game where
Yep. Well, it's become where the lyrics aren't even important. The beat is cool, so that's all what matters.
exactly. Exactly. That's the real point that I'm trying to make. It's like,
at least the beat is all right.
yeah, but that ain't enough.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it in the context of somebody ignorant saying it.
True. But I'm just like, it's ridiculous.
This
It gets to the point where it's ridiculous and it's embarrassing because
see.
these people, they'll say, "Oh, it's a young man's game," and it's like, man, why is a young man
Yeah.
fucking able to make millions of dollars saying all this stupid shit? This is not even like, um,
It's
controversial anymore. It's
it,
like,
it's
bro,
it's not even a wise young man. It's the ignorant young man.
that too. Because back in the day, when they used to speak, against power and stuff like that, it's like
Yeah.
they were at least talking about crimes that was going on and stuff. They weren't talking about committing the crimes. And
Uh,
people could say NWA, all that different stuff. You can't, like I keep saying, you can't
the
blame the group for what they were saying. You got to blame the
mm,
promotion. It's the
mm.
people that are getting it out there.
I have a question. It's interesting I chose this, but if you think about it, the movie Malibu's Most Wanted, was it were they parodying whites or were they parodying blacks? Was it did they purposely hire a white actor as a lead so people wouldn't catch on?
I'm here.
Uh, uh, what I'm trying to say is, was it them kind of making fun of blacks by having a white character as the lead?
The answer for, like, I'm educated, so you know what I'm saying. I'm looking at the question and I'm saying something to myself. I'm like, where is this happening? You know, if it was, I don't know, if it was like, say Mexico, and it's like
Yeah,
a blonde haired, blue eyed Mexican talking to a brown eyed, brown skinned, fucking
yeah,
black Mexican. It's like, okay, I get what you're saying, but it's like in America, the states, there's masonry here, so it's like
yeah,
it's not. Like I said, if I was a layman, okay, I could say what I want, but it's like I'm not, so I'm gonna look at it like, okay, this is Hollywood that's
mm,
creating this. So they created all of this. They know who they're spoofing, but at the same time, they know who they're spoofing. Like they know who's the main person buying these concert tickets, who's buying these records. They know who it is.
yes. It's
So
whites.
it's no, it's they're making fun of both. It's
Both.
like that's
That
what I'm saying.
yeah.
It's like the small hat is taking the money to the
That's
bank, making fun of
thanks.
both because it's like
Both.
at the end of the day, they're jocking you, but they're
Yes.
saying you're beneath them, and
Yeah.
they're jocking like you're
Yeah.
beneath of yourself,
Yeah.
but they're the ones who taught you it. So it's like this is just bananas. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If I was somebody just with billions of dollars in the bank, I'd be laughing my ass off. Like,
Like like Hollywood, they gave whites what they give whites: Taylor Swift, Eminem. Then what they give the blacks, they gave them like Tupac. They gave them like, I don't know, Pop Smoke.
yeah.
Like it's the same people giving. It's the same people giving you this stuff, but they're appealing it to different people.
I mean, see,
Like t- like it's like Taylor Swift isn't Tupac, but they were pushed by the same system. If that makes sense.
no, it does make sense. It's just it's all about what they're pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Pushing. Yeah.
Like there was a time where like the gritty white guy was like the thing to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bubba Sparks, Riff Raff, um, stuff like that. I'm not saying trying to be black. I'm saying like gritty white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I said like Bubba Sparks, like Riff Raff. And it's like
The Insane Clown Posse, but they're kind of
right,
goofy.
no, but right, and it's like at the end, if you look at it the right way, then you'll see that it goes both ways.
Yeah.
It's not that the black gangster, ignorant person is just, they're like, oh, black people commit 50% of the crime and they're, the
Yeah.
lowest population. It's like, yeah, that's true if you're looking at it like that. But if you look at all the white trash and all the crimes that y'all just, chop it up and y'all just throw it in the rug and, y'all let the domestic violence ride. It's like you have to analyze everything. And when you look at it, the gangster rapper is nothing but the white guy, like off the leash. Like that's all it is. It's the version of the white dude that's off the leash that they're allowing in public. But this motherfucker been around since the hillbilly days. This is the one who is teaching the thug rapper. It's like I don't know.
No, I just found it interesting because like they purposely hired a white guy to play the lead. They didn't hire a Mexican. They didn't hire a Chinese, an Indian. They chose the white guy. There's this weird thing with Hollywood pushing whites and blacks.
I mean, if it was an Arab dude, would you buy it?
No.
You know what I'm saying? If it was a fucking Mexican dude, like really, would you buy it? It's like
No, but
it
you
would
don't buy it
be
as the
more.
goofy. It'd be
It's a comedy.
goofy,
It's
but
supposed to be good.
but does it matter then? Are you saying it's only you're only able to buy it if the white guy's goofy? I think that's the point I was making.
I mean, it's. I would find it funny if Steve Urkel was funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I find that funny. It's a black guy, but he's like super smart, but clumsy at the same time. Like,
yeah.
I get the whole Nutty Professor, like the old school one, the Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It works both ways. But that's why it works because it's the complete opposite.
So,
Nobody's used to like even Most Def when he played the role of the first heart surgeon dude, you know what I'm saying? Black guy. It's like the acting skills when you look at it, it is kind of funny. It's like it's a black nerd. Like when you watch it, it's like not used to this. But that's what makes it funny. But it's true. This shit, bro, your culture doesn't have to do with necessarily, race. Culture is kind of tribalism. That's what people don't get. It's like the customs and the mores that you're around. That is how you're going to, act. And
yeah, if you're a white guy and you were born in a black neighborhood, you might adapt
not
to their
even black.
customs.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. It don't matter about color. It's like if you're a white guy raised around low cognitive white people, you're going to be uneducated. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're a black person raised around low cognitive black people, you're going to be an uneducated person. That's just what it is. And it's like
it might not necessarily be because of race. It might just be because of the people around you.
Right. And it all has to stem with the game. The game is not about. Sometimes it is. Like that blue collar shit that happened for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They had the little hillbilly white boys and they was making money. They was, you know what I'm saying, funny and get her done and all that different shit. And they was funny. I ain't gonna front like that. That was cool, but it didn't last as long as Kings of Comedy, Martin, Def Comedy Jam. It's like people like to make a buffoonery of black people. So when black people make a buffoonery of themselves, they'll make it more longevity. My people don't realize that. They don't realize that most of their long-lasting shows are comedy or fucking crime. All your shows are either making fun of you or watching you in their best way of viewing you as a criminal. That's how they like to see you. You know what I'm saying? Your shows about education and smart black people playing chess, and they don't like that shit. They don't want you doing that shit. All your shows about you and revolution and getting your people, they don't like that shit. That's not what they want. No. The Wire, yes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Ghosts,
fucking Power, yes.
What?
Fucking Kane and shit, yeah. Snowfall, hell yeah. This is how they want to see. Fucking Housewives of Atlanta, arguing, pregnant, ignorant, stupid. This is what we want. You know? So it's like, why is it like that? Is it because of race? No. Once again, this has nothing to do with race. This has to do with education. Okay. Black and white already have definitions. You chose to join that game because you was a Negro. They claim white since the late 1600s. They created this. Okay, cool. You were Negro for a long time, Negro and colored. You chose to play that game, arguing with them about black, trying to step up and be like, oh, well, we're opposite of white. But what you did was you put yourself in a educational clause because the words already have definitions. They're already defined. So you're putting yourself in blackness. You're putting yourself in the abyss. You're putting yourself in the unknown.
Ignorance.
Exactly. Because we're not off the ground. See, black people try to argue it because they want to get into science, but we're not talking science. We're talking language. We're talking language and education. That's not science. One has nothing to do with the other. The language has definitions. It describes what it is. We've already done this. And what about an onyx stone? And what about the skin of a black killer whale? And it's like, you guys love that too. Nobody said that. We're not arguing about that in that description. We're not saying that. You're the one claiming to be black. It's like if someone is claiming to be white, they're not talking about white skin. It didn't say white skin. It said white. Okay, innocent, square dealing, fair, the color of snow. And people be like, oh, yeah, it's white people. You know damn well white people are not the color of snow. If you met a white person that color, they're dead. That means there's no blood in their body. You are out your fucking mind. Do you know how white snow is? You're crazy. There is no white person that color. They better not. And when I kick it with white people in the snow and we're like that, their face bulges up with red. That lets me know they're alive. You're fucking tripping. You would never see a white person that color ever in your life. But I'm saying that to say something. Masonically, it's describing a light being. That's why it's square dealing, fair, and all that. That's what it means. And I tell people it's easy to break it down just through the game of chess because the people who made the game made this whole point. That's why the piece moved first. That's the whole point. It's talking about your mind. That's what they mean. But status, if you're going to claim to be the unknown, the dummy, the fool. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to claim that, why would they argue with you? You integrated into their system. Okay. Now Hollywood is around. Hollywood is made in America. Okay. This is where this racism is passed all over the earth. They keep trying to act like people all over the earth was just racist against the American Negro. They never knew the American Negro until these movies came out, until all
That's
of
true.
this type of energy comes out, and they're only oppressing you. They're not showing the hillbilly. They're not showing that they have the same type energy, because remember, they're teaching you. You're the slave. You don't know anything. We can't fully blame you for what you know, because someone is teaching you. Okay, the one that taught you, the fool, the knucklehead, the hillbilly, the one who sleeps with his sister, okay, they hide that image and they give you the suit and tie of them, but they make a fool of you who was taught by the hillbilly, the knucklehead. That's the thing. That's the thing. And that's the argument today that we have about this whole black and white thing. Because I'm like, you can keep calling us black people, and I can keep referencing us as black people, but at the end of the day, it's not kosher, because you're always arguing against white people. And when you get into the definition of these words, it's going to show itself. And that's why people are arguing with it.
Also, white and black are the duality opposed. They're like, so.
Of course.
I suspect that's why the black community and the white community are always intertwined with each other.
I mean, in truth, they're not supposed to be being with each other. They're really supposed to be getting along, but they're using a lot of old talking points, and then they've brought in so many foreigners that they really,
like like with the American blacks and the white American blacks, there's so much interwoven connections towards each other, more than like a Chinese person would have with whites or black Americans, if that makes sense.
I mean, that's if they looked at it the right way. They're not going to see it that way.
Okay. Like I'm not sure if it's a spirit. It could also be. I'm not sure if it's a spiritual thing that like black and white Americans are always like connected through like stories or events.
I mean, like I tell people, it's the masonry at the end of the day. They're interwoven because they created this nation. They don't really have a choice but to know each other, but at the same time, they don't create the spells. So it's like they can't get out.
But the thing is, who's to say black Masons didn't help create America with the white Masons?
I'm not saying they didn't. My point is that if the name of the game is to battle anyway, think about it. Going back to chess, the whole point, it doesn't matter who moves first. They're still going across the board. Okay, but they're both in the same fucking game.
Okay.
All right, well, who's playing it? Like, we're talking about pawns on the board. We're talking about, okay, so they're there. They're both there. Before 1776, they're both there. So it's like they're playing out this game. But one side is supposed to be the negative. Regardless. Now, energy-wise, you know what I'm saying? If you take it out of color, because see, people that argue with racism and color, those are the fools. Those are the slaves. Those are the ones who don't see the game. But if you're arguing with education, ignorance over intelligence, versus intelligence, it's like if you're doing it that way, then you know what a light piece is, and you know what a dark piece is, and you don't have to deal with black and white. You don't have to deal with it because those are just like stage names. Those don't have nothing to do with what you're dealing with anyway. They created these people. You know what I'm saying? There is no black land. There is no white land.
Yeah,
There is that doesn't make any sense. You know,
that's what I
people.
was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. A Sudanese person would be different from a Jamaican person, even though they're both black. They're both different. And a guy from Ireland who's white would be different from a guy from Britain who's white. They're like completely different cultures.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Tribalism, which is culture, which is creed, became nationalism. And then these nations were created. Now they're saying this is from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I'm talking about, you know, people say they use this for the Bible. They're saying that God created 18 nations. Okay, so there's nations here. There's already different creeds. There's already different customs, different mores. All right. And then those people war with each other, and then some get conquered, and then some get interwoven with other groups. And then they look different. And then some leave, and then they conquer other groups, and then they look different. And it's like this whole different battle had to do with cultures. It didn't have to do with colors, because if people are conquering and taking their women, then they don't care about color. In ancient time, it wasn't, you don't mess with these people because of their color. You don't mess with them because of their culture. It's the way that they are. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only reason I mess with the Bible, because there's a lot of interracial sex in it. And it shows something. It shows that even supposedly in mythical times, other nations were fucking just like they are today. People are created, bro. There is no Guamanians until, you know, the South Asians throw these people on this island. You know what I'm saying? It's like there is none of these people. You know, Puerto Ricans don't exist when Tainos are around. You know, there's a lot of different new created people on Earth, and we're just dealing with them right now like they don't spring off from something else. And it's like, okay, that's where this there's only 18 nations come from. Even though I don't buy that stuff, because I know America's not in the Bible, but I'm saying that to say this.
Like even whites
Black
can't get
and
along
white
with
are not the fight. Black and white is not the fight. It never was. That's the dumbest argument you can have in your life, is hating humanity for all of its fucking glory. Like, what are you talking about, bro? All fucking fish aren't the same fucking color. What's your problem? Like, you're a fucking idiot. All dogs aren't the same fucking color. All cats aren't the same fucking color. All insects aren't the same fucking color. Why does everything have to be one fucking color? What are you, a fucking robot? What are you, plain Jane? Huh? Like, you don't make any sense. It's like there's so many fucking colors. All fruits aren't the fucking same color. Why the hell would humans be the same fucking color?
Color doesn't make sense.
Yes, and it's like, why would one be better than the other? So you're saying the red apple is better than the green apple? Is better than the yellow apple? You sound like a fucking idiot. They're still fucking apples. Okay, so there's a black human, a white human, a brown human, a beige human. No, they're fucking humans. What's your problem? What's your fucking problem? This one's angry and uneducated. Okay, well, there's a white one that's angry and uneducated. There's an Asian one that's angry and uneducated. Bro, it seems like it's just off energy, emotions, and education. That's what it seems like the shit is about.
And if they were different, they wouldn't be able to breed with each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all know that, you know, it's the human race. You know what I'm saying? It's the human race. Like they say, it's not, I'm not gonna say it's one race. No, I'm not gonna say that. We can split it up, but it's the human race. They're humans. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, oh, well, because we can bring up some old freaky shit. We could, what I'm saying? There's people that grow horns. There's some weird shit out there in the world. But what I will say is this: does that have to do with humanity, or does that have to do with bestiality? You know what I'm saying? Because grafting that's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not natural.
Thank you. Like what I'm saying is this. I don't know what your sperm will do if you put it in the wildlife. I don't know because we're not doing stuff like that because that's weirdo shit. But it's like if people are doing that and that's grafting, you know what I'm saying? It's like so many times with this freak experiment, maybe they struck Eureka one time. I don't fucking know. And it's like, and then they breeded that with a natural, and then didn't the Africans claim they did that with Neanderthals? It's like that's the whole point of science. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody cutting their fucking wrist real fast and then dripping blood on the ground and then the humans pop up. It don't work like that. Everybody's busting nuts. We already know how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? Sperm and egg. We get it. Okay. So when you see oddities of the planet, not just by height, but sometimes you see people with jawbone, you know what I'm saying? And it might be a European or something. You be like, dog, why is his jaw so fucking big, bro? You got like an African jaw with a white man skin. Like, what the hell, bro? You know what I'm saying? Or you see them weird ass looking black people with them beady ass fucking eyes or that fucking slope fucking nose, and you're like, yo, this motherfucker look like an alien. Nobody. Okay, these are human beings. These are human fucking beings, bro. It's just all about climate, sperm. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the fucking specimen that's giving off the DNA? Because I'm not gonna lie, I know that some people are natural humans, and then I know some people who got fucking animal mix. I don't care what nobody says. There's too many fucking mythos stories about people doing that. They've been grafting for a long time. And when you have slaves and breeding, that's a form of grafting too. So, it happens. You know what I'm saying? The Mormons were doing it. They were having incest, making their own children and shit. Like, their own fucking little incest town. So it's like, what happened to those offspring? They ain't all dead. Where'd they go? Who they sleeping with? So, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Precious and shit. Slept with her fucking dad. He got her pregnant. What the fuck happened to that baby? What the fuck? Like, yo, there's so much to talk about, man. But at the end of it all, yo, we done ran a good run, man. Fucking it's been very, very educational and all that. But hey, on some real though, this was a good one. It was a good one. It was a good one. Shit. Fuck. Nah, my next video about the minstrel show and the hip hop show. I can't wait to get to that one. Fucking yo, Jay, come up with some more fucking topics, man. You be on them. You know what I'm saying? You be having gang and shit. I need to go back in the fucking messenger, man. I need to find a few of them motherfuckers.
And that's the thing with hip hop compared to rock music. It's hip hop seems like it's had longevity, if that makes sense.
But why?
Like, the ignorance.
Nah, but I'm saying, but why? Rock and roll and country music, they wear the cowboy hats. It's Proud Boys, America's racist, you know what I'm saying? America's racist, you know what I'm saying? Jasmine Crockett, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm just saying, like, yo, America's racist, you know what I'm saying? They kill black people, they shoot people, they murder people, homicide, cowboy hats, fucking American flag and shit. So why the hell is rap number one all over the world? It is brought in by the same fucking place that you're claiming is super racist. But they would allow black people to rep their name, shooting each other's fucking brains out and all them dumb shit.
especially letting them perform at the Super Bowl multiple times.
Right. Right. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? It's crazy. It's like, ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a motherfucking bitch? Say Drake. Air Force One. It's like, yeah, it's wild. You know what I'm saying? But this, hey, yo, we get on that on the next one, man.
Yeah, this was good.
No, it was, man. Like I said, yo, we was on here for a minute. It was a different day. I don't even know if they gonna. That's it. This one. But shit, fucking nah. Keep that in mind though. Keep that in mind what you was just talking about. Yeah, we're gonna do that on the next one. Yeah, the Kendrick Lamar thing was kind of interesting.
I hated that song. I only heard it a few months ago.
I mean, it did its
Like,
number.
I found it annoying. It was just the way he was rapping on the song with his voice. It was kind of annoying.
I mean, but that's usually how most of the rituals go, though. Like most of the rituals go, they bang out really, really hard, and then it gets to the point where it's like, all right, now it's starting to sound corny, but then you start to really listen to it, and it's like, okay, you talking all this pervert stuff, and okay, I get what you're saying, and all you guys are battling and all that, but
I just think it was just
to
I
make
just
it to
think a
the
lot of
Super Bowl off of a diss, bro, it sounds like this shit was set up. Like it doesn't sound like it's authentic.
That's what I think a lot of beef is in hip hop. It's just a PR stunt.
It does feel like it.
Like an obvious one I had a feeling was like Lord Jamar and Eminem. Like when Lord Jamar was beefing with Eminem, it was right before Eminem's album a couple years ago. It was right before Eminem's album dropped. So it was a little suspicious. Then they called the beef.
I mean,
I was just thinking it was Lord Jamar promoting his album.
I can't say it's not impossible. I'm just like, most of the time, you know, if you want to talk about them two, you could say that because I mean everything could be that. Even the fucking Benzino thing is like, was Benzino super high at that time? It's like no, he was kind of fading out of nowhere. So why wouldn't he fucking be all right? You know, but most people try to play Eminem off like he was some mystery or something. Like oh, you know, everybody might be with Eminem, and it's like, nah, it's not that. It's just what's your reason to beef with him? Like, you're gonna have to have a legitimate reason. Like, step to the kid. If you just gonna come at him because he's white, that's not gonna go that far. He's already proved past that. So you gotta have a legitimate reason, and that's why when what the fuck is his name? Royce 5'9" went at him. Nobody even said anything because nobody really could. It's like, well, shit, he know you more than anybody. So you know, we just gonna watch this and see how it play out. But nobody said anything. Nobody knocked him. Nobody dissed Royce 5'9". So you know, it just all depends on what your beef is.
What was the beef with them two again?
I think it was no support. You know, I mean, I think Eminem's whole argument was like, "Yo, I gave you like $1 million deal," and it's like nigga, you know, you have to go out there and get it. But you know, I guess he felt the love wasn't there. I don't fucking know, something like that though. Something to that effect. I mean, but shit. Like I say, yo, there's 1,000 fucking. A thousand fucking situations we can talk about, but yo, I'm gonna have to get that on the next one because I still got work in the AM. So yo, peace and love, everybody. Yo, Jay, give people a shout out, man. Let them know, man.
About what?
Stop being afraid, man. What the fuck? Why you gonna come on social media and fucking run? What is the point of this shit? It doesn't even make any sense. Hi guys, bye guys. No, talk to the people, man.
I'm not good at life.
Well, look, man, where can they find you at, man? Where can they find you, you know what I'm saying, having conversations, man?
YouTube.
And what channel would that be?
Shadow Mask 1995.
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I looked up, not to brag, I was just curious, I wanted to look at my total views that I have on my channel. I was just curious. Fucking, I checked, it was over 200,000 views.
There you go. There you go. What the it usually this don't make any sense. I'm 200,000 views. I'm shy as shit. I can't say anything. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's not even arrogant. It's just weirdo. Like, yo, promote yourself, man. Get fly out here. Get jiggy. Fuck you fucking claiming this shit for what? It's just bananas.
Yeah, I have a video. Check it out. It's with Jordan Peterson talking about this weird dream he had of his grandma. That's a good one.
Of his grandma.
It's a incest dream.
That's why I'm like, you sure? I don't even think I really want to watch this video.
Yeah, no. Don't watch that one. I have a few of yours. Watch that one instead.
But you saying Jordan Peterson though, huh? For real?
Yeah. Fucking, and it's him reading it off his audio book of his book. It's him actually reading it. Fucking weird. Don't watch it. I don't know if you have. I wish I had it, but your Eminem review of his lyrics of the video I done a few years ago.
Fuck.
I think on your other channel before it got deleted, it was you. It was the video I made, like putting Eminem's lyrics together. I got his lyrics from songs and I put them together in a video. I remember you.
I remember that shit. No, I remember that shit with the Jewish situation. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember you reviewed the video. I enjoyed it, but I didn't. I should have downloaded it, but I never had the chance to because I didn't think that would have took away your channel. So that was like a really good video.
Why? Would you ain't got it no more? You lost it?
No, the video of you reviewing it, I enjoyed.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying. I could try with that page, but I don't even know, man. It's just fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's fucking YouTube, man. Shit might be lost in obscurity forever, son.
That I remember, like in 2022 when I was overseas, they gave me a strike on a playlist for somebody else's video.
Probably was mine.
No, it wasn't you. It was like on a playlist of videos, but I think that they gave me a strike for hate speech. That wasn't even my video, and I think they took down the playlist, and I got a strike for somebody else's video.
I mean, they foul like that.
How do you get a strike for somebody else's video in your playlist? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, shit. You know the corruption. The fucking internet. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, these aren't even people. These are like entities. These are companies and shit. They can play their role. So, they're doing a lot of dirty shit.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish maybe next time we could talk about Adam 22 and DJ Vlad.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Them two seem sus as fuck. But
Shit, a few
I,
of them do.
I wouldn't trust them to run a daycare. I wouldn't trust them around the kids.
Like I said, a few of them do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember Adam 22 told a story about how his uncle used to go to high school, high schools just to watch the kids play basketball. Sounded sus.
I mean, but Adam's always talking in a homosexual manner. That's like as his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like it sounded like his uncle was a pedo who'd like watch he'd go to high schools to watch kids play basketball.
But it's like an old picture of like him on his
His
knees,
wife,
like eating meatballs off his homeboy's lap. Like it's some real gay weirdo shit. Like trust me, Adam's way too is like, and they
uh,
fucking like moved that picture into obscurity. It's like I seen it from a
uh,
dude called Mac Meme, but I seen the picture. I remember that shit. Like I was like, what the fuck,
no,
dude, a
no,
weirdo.
no fully straight guy who's like confident in himself would like let another guy touch his girl,
That
especially his
too,
wife.
that too. The
Like
whole
it,
porn
it,
thing
it
is weird.
like it that's like a no for like most guys.
Man, some motherfuckers is into that shit though. Like I
Yeah,
ain't never
but
met one. But I ain't
I'd
never met one. But you know what I'm saying?
I'd
Some
I'd
dude, Puff
I'd
Daddy.
have to question
There's two ditties out there.
I'd have to question why the guy likes other men touching his girl. It's kind of a weird fetish.
I mean, I don't know where that shit come from because it's like, nigga,
And
you see your
I
parents
I
doing that, son. You fucking damn
I,
pass your
I,
mom around. You can have the whole neck. One out for
what's he
ice cream tomorrow.
attracted to? Is he attracted to his girl getting banged by another guy, or is he attracted by another girl banging his girl? Another guy banging his girl. You're either attracted to your girl getting banged by another guy, or you're attracted to the guy banging your girl. If that
I
makes
mean,
sense,
but bro,
it's it's
you
it's
gotta
still
think about
sus.
it. You talking about Hollywood people. Like you always gotta remember that. You're in the land of Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that can happen. Fucking you can wake up tomorrow with a fucking dildo up your ass. Like, bro, Hollywood, right? Weird
Yeah.
shit going on here. Lock the doors, no. Run out the motherfucking window. Shit. Hollywood.
You'd be you'd, you, you'd be was it Martin Lawrence or Fishburne who was running out on the street saying they were gonna kill him?
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, fucking you end up
Yeah,
as Martin Lawrence.
it's funny you bring up Fishburne though, because
His
his
daughter's a
daughter had
porn star.
become a porn star and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Screw his name, so wild out there in Hollywood. It's
Okay,
wild. But yo,
sorry about that.
nah. I had to finish a little text anyway. But nah,
Yeah.
look, we out on this one. Till the next time, y'all. Look,
Mm.
y'all be easy.
Peace.
Have a good night and shit. And we'll get at y'all, man.
Yeah.
Go.